hello, what's up tonight, everyone? Welcome. Fine Tuesday to you all. Wait, Thursday. It's spoiler season. Hey, what's up, Bear? How are you, bud? Fine Thursday to you all. Good to see ya. What is up, Squirkle and Winzo and Dragon Archmage and Duretti Spaghetti and Dude Bro Man Guy, Bottle Shoe? How is everyone doing today? Oh, I'm hyped. Not only do we have almost the full Dominaria set in this set, this set looks so amazing. We got some jank to play today. Hey, what's up, bud? What are you doing, Bearby? Are you gonna come say hi to everyone? Bearby's in a, come here. Let's see, can you say hi? Here, put your head up. This way, you're almost in the camera. This way. Oh, Bearby, you gonna be good, Wise Stream? Can you be good? I gave you bones, I gave you food, you got water. You got everything you need. Are you good? Yeah? Can I stream for a couple hours? Yeah? Oh, Bearby. Bearby's been in a mood. Bearby's been in a mood lately. He's just very needy the last couple days. I don't know why. Wait, he's not usually a very needy dog. He's usually just pretty chill. But the last few days, like 3 days, he's just been super like wanting to be around me all the time, doing the paw thing all the time. So yeah, Bearby's here today, doing Bearby stuff. I don't know if he'll come on camera or not. He's a camera shy puppy. But anyway, we're gonna have fun today. We're talking Dominaria. We got some probably very bad decks to play. Orange Sushi, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super thank you. I'm kind of, while we're waiting for new Dominaria cards, I'm kind of in the try out some cards from, well, this deck might not be janky. This deck, I just want to try out Minsc and Boo. Here's the three decks. Here's the three decks that we're working with. This deck is just kind of hamster Gruul, which I don't think is very janky. It's like Gruul aggro, but it's built around Minsc and Boo to some extent. And that's the reason I want to play is Minsc and Boo. Also, I don't know how you feel about this. I was like, my normal rule is don't play alchemy cards. I was gonna play something else in this slot, and then as I was looking through the arena for creatures that either had trample or haste and were 2-drops, I saw Wilson, and Wilson is just like, I wish it was a real version instead of the fake version, but he's just chilling. It's just like such a cool looking art that I kind of want to play it anyway and break my own rules, but I don't know. So that's one of the decks. Some Gruul, Minsc and Boo, some Hamster Gruul. Then I got this very janky Raggadragga deck that's trying to, use Raggadragga with Mana Dorks to do Primal Command Timeless Witness shenanigans, and then maybe like cast 7 drops to make even more mana, and I don't know what we do with it, but cast a bunch of spells, so Raggadragga, and then Miram 4-color Blink Dragons, which it is a pile. It is the piliest pile, but if you can get a Miram down and Blink Dragons, it's kind of sweet. So I don't know, we're jumping around testing out some interesting new cards on Arena, so that is the plan for today. Between Brothers War and the new Eldraine set, the new standard could be both a Tron-like deck and an Eldraine tribal. It's anti-set standard. Maybe that's it. Maybe Wizards is trying to get me to quiz standard. Tron and Eldraine in the same standard. And we could have Infect too from Phyrexia. What else do I hate? Maybe they'll even it out and stick a Blood Moon in there and we'll be good. So that's a plan for today. Trying out new cards, talking Dominaria. As far as Dominaria, the set is just, it's awesome. We're almost to the end. We're the very, very end of spoiler season. We get the full set tomorrow. We got the Cleric Lord. And the Cleric Lord, it's probably one of the worst tribes to get a Lord, but its ability is absurd. 5 mana, tap it, sack a Cleric, another Cleric, so it can't sack itself. Tutor a black creature onto the battlefield. Seems like a kind of card that could be getting Grizzlebrands, let's say, or something. Progenitus in older formats. I don't know how you make the Cleric thing work, but it's such a sweet card. Silverback Elder, another massive Gorilla-y 5-drop for the green decks. The uncommons are great. The other lords are great. Like, this has just, the new Mana Rock's great. This is one of the Mana Rocks that you play. Ether Channeler's like the perfect Panharmonicon card. Also a wizard, so it works with wizards Panharmonicon stuff. Other than Karn being such a huge flop, I love pretty much everything about this set. Like, essentially everything about this set is sweet. Phyrexian Lord. I think there's a chance we get a Phyrexian Lord in the future. Maybe in Phyrexia itself. But yeah, Cleric I was thinking zombies. I was thinking they go zombies for, just for standard purposes, because we already have good zombies, but maybe that'd be too good. I don't know. The Lord that got the short end of the stick, I think, is really the Soldier Lord. The Soldier Lord is I don't know where it is on here. But the Soldier Lord, it was kind of disappointing. Here's what I think about the Soldier Lord. So Valiant Veteran, I think, is the worst of the Lord cycle. However, soldiers are the best tribe in Standard, so maybe Wizards intentionally made it a little less good just to try to even it out in Standard, because Merfolk have like no support in Standard, Elves have like no support in Standard, Clerics are all rotating from Standard. Essentially none of the other tribes you can really build a Standard deck around at the moment, but soldiers have a ton of good cards, because a lot of the humans that are good, like Thalias and Brutal Cathars and so forth, are all soldiers, so I kind of feel like they intentionally powered down Valiant Veteran just to make sure soldiers wouldn't be too good in Standard, when the other lords, they could really turn up the dials a bit, because no one's gonna play, you can't play them in Standard. There's like 4 Merfolk or something. There's just not enough to actually even build a deck if you wanted to at this point. But hey, what's up, Evangelist Squirtle? How are you? Good to see you. Armfringo, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. That's a good point too. Clerics are fresher. We do have many, like, zombie lords have been in the game forever, like since Alpha or whatever. So it's good to have a different one. Do you have an against the odds choice yet? Wait, against odds choice for what? For the new set. It's gonna be tough. Cards that I'm interested in for against the odds. Give me your opinions on these. And I promise we're gonna play Magic. We're not just gonna talk about Dominaria, but we'll talk about Dominaria and play Magic. Cards that I'm interested in for the first against odds, stuff that jumps out. Vesuvian Duplimancy. Vesuvian Duplimancy is near the top of my list. It looks like it would be really spectacular. Zur, I think, is also really interesting. There's some Zur jank that could be really cool. So those are two that stick out. I feel like I'm missing something. What was the other one? Is there any, what is... Karn. I don't think Karn would be interesting. That's the problem with Karn. Like, Karn would be against the odds because it's bad. But I don't know what we do with it that would be fun to watch. Like, it would just be bad. Not like we played Psychogenic Probe for Against the Odds on the YouTube yesterday, and it wasn't good. Like, we won some games with it, and it was able to do its thing, but at least it was interesting. It was doing something new and different. Karn, I feel like, would be bad, and it would not be interesting, but a Johnny Poison Kill. Although the thing about the Johnny Poison Kill, Joda against the odds, though. 5-color Legends, gonna break Standard. Mark my words, 5-color Legends. New tier 0. The only thing I'd worry about with a Johnny is, but yeah, the legendary, actually speaking of legends, the black-white Raggadragga legend, I think that card's really cool. That might be high in the against odds list. I don't know exactly what the payoff is, other than just like huge value-y things, but it does seem just so fun to play with, like making non-legendary copies of all your stuff and just going off. So you posted about this silly multiple target thing. Wait, what multiple target thing? Threats. So threats undetected is fine. Like, it's not good, but it's fine. It's not horrible. It's a divination. A divination's a fine card. So I don't think anyone should think of that card as like horrible. It's just not like Gifts Ungiven by any stretch, even though it kind of looks like Gifts Ungiven. Yeah, maybe the value's just good enough. Maybe that's the direction to go. I don't know. I haven't really figured out the way to go yet. The Silverback Elder, yeah. The Silverback Elder, I think... So the concern I have with Silverback Elder, I think it's a powerful card. I mean, 5 mana, 5/7. When you cast a creature spell, blow up an artifact or enchantment, look at the top 5 cards of your library, put a land on the battlefield, gain 4 life. That's really, really strong. The question is it better than Defiler of Vigor? And I'm not sure which of these 5 drops is better. Defiler of Vigor, when you cast a green permanent, you get counters on everything, and you get a little bit of ramping. Can you play them both? Can you play that many 5 drops? I think that's the question for those 2 cards. Ivy is a sweet one. I really want to play Ivy Mutate. I think Ivy Mutate sounds so much fun. Like, it just, Ivy Mutate's going to be so cool. I don't know if it's going to be good, but it's going to be super cool. There's a lot of decks I want to build. There's so many. I mean, we're going into new standard. It is Brewer's Christmas, essentially. Why not 2 of each? I mean, you can't play 2 of each, but they're not legendary. So what usually happens from a more, like, competitive perspective is just one is better than the other. So you end up with everyone playing the one that's better than the other from a more spiky, like, trying to win perspective. But yeah, Silverback Elder seems good in Green Devotion, but so does Defiler Vigor too. I guess you got one less green pip, which hurts a little bit. But anyway, reminders: replay YouTube. That's where you'd find all the old streams, including this one to the future. Normal YouTube. One more day of daily spoilers. Tomorrow We might be doing a little more brawling for Much Brew. We haven't done much brawling. Yesterday, we did some ridiculous comboing in Modern Front Against Odds with Psychogenic Probe, and then top 10 videos. Next week, we'll get to kick off DMU stuff. Dominaria United, we get special early access day on Tuesday for the stream. Normal stream, release day on Thursday. Tons of stuff coming up on the YouTube. So it's going to be busy. Lots of stuff going on. A reminder that our sponsor tonight is Card Kingdom. And if you need some magical cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com/MTG. Oh, wrong one. That's Card Hoarder. If you need some Moto cards, you can't get them from Card Hoarder. That's who I loan my cards from for Moto. But if you need some paper cards, you can get them from cardkingdom.com. Even get a free goldfish sticker. Just let them know you want one in your order notes and they'll hook you up. Otherwise, merch page, tokens, t-shirts, playmat, good ways to start the stream and the channel, the site. Donations always appreciated. Never required. $2 or more gets your message read on stream. When's the next challenge against Chat Night? So I think the next viewer submitted stream will probably be after rotation at this point. I mean, rotation's coming so soon that I think I don't know exactly when. Probably towards the end of September, I would guess. Wait, Shielder at $33? No, is it really? I don't really understand the hype for I think Shieldred's fine. I think the people that say Shieldred's bad are wrong. Like, wow, it is. It's listed. Although I will say, like, you got to be a little skeptical of these prices because, well, I guess these ones are actually pretty good. Sometimes TCG mid is like really inflated during spoiler season because not many people are selling, but Card Kingdom's got it at 33, so it's actually not that big of a difference. Why is Shieldred worth so much? What am I missing about this card? To me, Shieldred feels like a fine card. Oh no, that's a that's not a real card. Oops. We cannot tap it for mana. But why is it worth so much? I mean, it's good. It's a good mid-range threat, but to me it doesn't seem exciting. Is it like an exciting build around and I'm missing it? To me, it feels like a good card, like a fairly spiky card that I would play as a mid-range threat in Standard or maybe even in like maybe Explorer, maybe, but probably not as much. I guess in Commander, people are thinking of it as like a wheel thing, but how many wheels you got in Mono Black? Like, it doesn't even seem like a great wheel commander because you're a Mono Black deck, so you don't get access to most of the red wheels, you don't get windfalls out of blue, so I feel like as an actual commander, it's not that good. In the 99 of a wheel deck, it's, you know what? We can't Forsaken Crossroads. Did I load the wrong deck? How did I end up with Forsaken Crossroads in here? What did I do wrong to end up with Forsaken Crossroads? Yeah, I just don't understand why people are so hyped for it. Yeah, it seems good in Nekusa or something. Like that actually seems reasonable. If you want to play it as an extra payoff in the 99. Man, that's Forsaken Crossroads. All right, let's fix that. Quird up, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. All right. Yeah, we probably need a mountain, don't we? Perhaps. Big scoops here for you. Thank you. So what do you think is the most? We have almost a whole set now. What do you got for most and least overrated cards from the set? I would say, if we're going to talk about cards that are under and overrated, I think Ajani is pretty underrated. I hear people talking about Ajani in the same level as Karn, and that just cannot be right. There's no way that you can be comparing those two planeswalkers. You can't be comparing them. They're not anything like each other. Karn is literally one of the worst planeswalkers of all time. I think I'm going to do a planeswalker tier list or something at some point after the set release. Yeah, the new Jhin is really good. You really think Karn's underrated? I think Karn might even be overrated. I think Karn is so bad that if you're thinking of it as anything except one of the worst cards Wizards ever printed at Mythic, one of the worst planeswalkers at least, then I think you're overrating it. Minsc and Boo does see a bit of legacy play. You can fling your Dark Depths token for lethal, which is sweet. Cool. One land, but we got, okay, Minsc and Boo. We got a Minsc and Boo. Would be good. I think the new Johnny's good. I think the new Johnny's underrated. Full Metal Math Petition. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super chat for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was not a land. Okay. Don't kill it. Don't kill it. Also, oh, this is going to be bad. Also, I think people are forgetting about Jaya just because Jaya was spoiled so early, like a month before everything else. And I think Jaya is like maybe the best planeswalker in the set, or at least second best behind Lily. McHarry, welcome back to the Fishbowl. Oh dear. This is the nightmare. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for thank you, thank you, thank you. Got a couple questions about new cards. Would Phasing of Zhalfir be good if it said creatures lose all abilities and become black Phyrexian creature tokens with base power 2/2? Doesn't seem too aggressive of a push to me. I would prefer it for blue thematically. I mean, power level wise, it seems roughly the same. I guess it's like slight upgrade because you can't like reanimate the dead creatures or something. But I think that would be fine. I don't think that would be fine. It might be annoying to track, I guess. That is a good point that I hadn't really considered. Tracking might be a lot. Oh, jeez. All right. Well, yeah, we're not gonna be too up Nixilus's with a single land. Well, so far Hamsters have been very disappointing. All 3 turns that we've played of them. Chandra better, but Jaya not bad. Jaya's close. Jaya's close. I think Chandra power level. I think Jaya's really, really good. I think Jaya's legit. I like Shauna a lot too, although I really don't know where it fits. My concern with Shauna is you want to be able to trigger its ability with itself, like attack, lifelink, end of turn draw cards, but I'm afraid that's going to require a lot of chump attacking. So I almost think it's got to be in like a dedicated life gain deck. I wonder if you can just play it as a standalone threat without other sources of life gain. I think if you can find good ways to trigger it without, well, okay, so we don't have any ramp, but this hand we can cast spells eventually. So that's going to be the question, how easy it's going to be to actually trigger, because I don't think you can count on getting in for combat damage with it. Yeah, Liliana's going to be super sweet in like formats like Historic, Explorer, Pioneer. Whoa, we got a huge donation. McGarry with a $100 donation. Well, let's Lil. Secondly, thank you so much again. Would Defiler of Instinct be too strong if it dealt 2 damage instead of 1? I think it would definitely be very good and see a ton of play, but I'm not sure it'd be broken because it still dies to Doomblade. Like, is it better than Hazoret? I think the Defiler could deal 2 damage and it would be fine. I think that the problem I have with the red Defiler, and this is kind of an issue for all the Defilers, but a lot of them want to be the top end of an aggro deck. That's going to be where they're at their best. The problem is, if they're the top end of an aggro deck, boy, nothing like drawing your mana dork, son. On turn 4. All right, how do we do this? Well, go to combat. I guess we go attacking. The problem is you want to be a top end of an aggro deck, and if they're the top end of your aggro deck, and this is especially a problem for the red one, which is the one you're asking about, because red tends to be so aggressive, but if they're the top end of your deck, how many spells are you going to have in hand to cast and trigger them? So I think the red one would be fine if it dealt 2 damage, and I think it needs to maybe be juiced a little bit. Right now, I think its main use is going to be a combo finisher, honestly. Like an Impact Tremors type finisher. I don't think it's going to be very good played fairly, or like good enough to see competitive play played fairly, because I think you're just going to run out of cards too quickly and not have enough to trigger it. And 1 damage isn't enough. Like, how much can you kill for 1 damage? Jonathan Snow. Hey, good to see you, Jonathan. Miss you, Seth, with spoilers. I feel like I don't see you as much. We haven't really missed any streams, have we? I think this spoiler season we did pretty good. Not missing. Oh, Hidden Stockpile. Ew. Hidden Stockpile Mayhem Devil pinging for days. Okay, sure. Well, that's not great. Not great. But we do get to Chandra away the Mayhem Devil. Where's our hamsters? We have played 0 hamsters so far, which is very disappointing. Well, hit you for 5. About it. Red Defiler makes Grinning Angus become an infinite use gut shot. Well, you need another combo piece, right? Well, I guess it's infinite. Yeah, I guess it's an infinite gut shot. 1 mana for damage. If you had Burgie or something in, then you can have a full-on combo kill. Are the Box Topper Legends legal and standard? They are not. Box Topper Legends are eternal only. So Commander, Legacy, so forth. I think I have to miss this stream too. Have a good one, Seth. Catch you Thursday. Dragon Archmage. Well, thanks for swinging by. Have a good evening, and come back on Tuesday for the new set. Should be fun to get to check out the new set finally. Okay, what do we do now? So opponent kills all of our stuff in the stockpiles. Multiple Obnixili. The Zerial doesn't look great. Does Zerial even do anything? I mean, I guess the devil token something. I'll take up Chandra, see what we hit. Well, okay. Let's do some stomping on a Obnixilis. That's not the worst. Heart's Desire. Love Struck Bees. Okay, that was not bad. That was not a bad turn. We got a new donation from McCary. Holy crap, I passed Taunos for all-time donors. I can't believe it's been like 5 years at this point. I can't believe you passed Taunos. Taunos had some like ridiculous. I remember on like a charity stream, Taunos donated a ridiculous amount during a charity stream. So that is impressive, McCary. Thank you so much. Jaguar with a $5 donation. Hey, Seth, great news. My wife is pregnant with our second kiddo. I need you and your chat's help for a nickname to call the little one before they are born. Last time, chat helped me pre-name my daughter Fraxion Dreadnought. How did your wife like that name? I don't think I ever heard the end of that story. This one needs to be equally epic. Well, Jaguar, congratulations. That's super exciting. All right, chat, get on it. We need Yargle. Yargle. That's probably not the best suggestion for a preborn baby name. Dragon's Egg's not bad. What about Boo after the little hamster? Colossal Dreadmaw. Ooh, Phoenix Chick isn't bad. That's pretty good. Colossal Dreadnought. Sleeper Visitrix. Oh, are we Minsking and Booing? What if we Minsc and Boo? Well, I guess Minsc and Boo is good, right? Because we get a hamster. All right, let's take up Chandra. See what we hit. Oh, okay. Well, that changes things. Straggle the Obnixilis. Zerial. Oh, we're missing red mana. Okay, never mind. Haha. No Zerial. Go attacking. The Minsc and Boo is gonna be good eventually. Fraxion Obliterator. Yeah, you don't want to name your unborn child Abomination. Thing in the Ice is actually kind of good. Ooh, Squee is a good baby name. Magic names for children are Oswald Fiddlebender. I like Squee. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Mysterious Egg's also good. Oh, so does anyone know? I haven't actually checked the number crunch. Do we have anything left coming in this set as far as rares or mythics? I'm pretty sure I heard someone say that Silverback Elder is the last mythic. There might be another rare or two. Ooh, Tiny Bones. A little creepy, but Tiny Bones is like very literally correct for a unborn child. When I was on Facebook, I had a friend who named his son Ajani. Ajani's not bad. I could get behind that. All right, it's hamster time. Boom, hamster. Take it up. What do you say now? That's a big Boo. Go for the eyes, Boo. Go for the eyes. That's the only reason I actually want to play this deck, so I could say go for the eyes, Boo a bunch of times. And y'all can't stop me. That's what the card does. Liliana's like actually a good. I could see naming a daughter Liliana. Like that's a name for me when it comes to Magic names. Because I know, like, so we got Magic people, but then, like, a lot of my family and stuff does not actually know. All my D&D references I know from Magic. Most of my knowledge about all things in the world are because I learned about them through Magic sets. I honestly think that that's why Wizards probably created universes beyond. They knew that I'm not up on pop culture, and they're like, we gotta educate this Saffron Olive dude. What if, like, I'm pretty sure he's never heard of Doctor Who. What if we make a set that will make him learn about Doctor Who? It'll make him learn about The Walking Dead. Street Fighter already knows, but everyone else loved that one, so. All right, Fable the Mirror Breaker. Wow, is this Boo just gonna get there? Maybe. So technically, Minsc and Boo on Arena is not the same as paper. It's the exact same card, but it's one more mana. It's 4 mana every place out. So there's a bit of a tax. Wow, I really want to just. So this has trample. Oh, we win, don't we? We can Chandra shoot this. This Boo has trample and haste, which is kind of insane. Hit you with the Boo. Is Minsc and Boo actually good? About it. Oh, did I not turn on cardboard? Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, the deck list is here. I'll turn on cardboard live. No looking at the desktop chat. Avert your eyes. It's even worse than it was Tuesday. We're 2 more days into spoiler season, and then we can... Wow. Okay. Sack the hamster. Throw it at your face. Draw 4 cards and make you die. Maybe Minsc and Boo is good even at 5 mana. All right, run it back. We have so many donations tonight. Lucid, $3 donation. Wait, I have the perfect MTG baby card nickname. Parasitic Implant. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of on the nose. Well, Jaguar, hopefully all these wonderful suggestions have helped with your problem. Raggavan would be a good baby name. Ragavan's pretty little, right? What would be the worst Magic thing you name your kid? Like, what I was saying about baby names is I don't think I could actually name a kid something that was super Magic-y, because while it makes sense to Magic people, avert your eyes, chat. 3 earmuffs, eye muffs. No peeking. It's filling up. But I do need to turn on cardboard live that I always forget. I don't think I could name a kid something that was super Magic-y, because I gotta explain it to my, like, non-Magic relatives and whatnot. So I feel like if I just went super deep and went with something like as Morana Kulikar, something like that. If you just went way too deep, it would, my family would hate me. I don't even know if they'd hate me, but it would just be so over the top. Why is Ragavan your wallpaper? It's Gangster Ragavan, actually. If you see, it was for an article. I did a Photoshop of it. He's got the big wad of money, and there's like the gangster chain. It was I made it for an article I did a long time ago, right after it came out, and I thought it was funny, and I just haven't changed it. Pester Mike Kimmy, welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Let's get hasty. Big scoops here for you. Thank you. Thought distortion. A little thought distortion. But Liliana, I could go with that. Jace, I think you could name a boy Jace. Richard's name Ether. Ether's like, that's a good name. I could get behind that. That's like Magic-y, but also like a cool name that I think non-Magic people would be like, oh, that's cool. So those are the kind of Magic names I would like for a future kid. Flump. See, Flump. I don't think I could get away with Flump. Flump. Oh, maybe it's a middle name. Plus, remember the one time we played Flump, how badly it went? After that, I don't think. I definitely don't think we could go with Flump. Well, let's play this on red, and I mean, I guess we're layling and just like getting in there. I don't know if we want to trigger. I don't know. Oh, Questing Beast gone. discard a card at random. So this is fine. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Whatever. Don't discard the Minsc and Boo. Oh, that's good. That's good. More Minsc and Boos. Discard the dork. Yeah, you almost got kicked out of your house over that one, don't you, Jonathan? Didn't you, Jonathan? Alicia. See, like Alicia. I like that. Yoriel. Yoriel. That one's kind of sweet. I also like that one. I think I can get away with that. But like Raggadragga, Asmar Enamar, Tika Kulikar, whatever that is. Like those ones, I don't think I get away with that. I'll play the land. Yeah, let's just keep being hasty. Get in, hit ya. I haven't played with when we actually get to kiss the elf. Okay, maybe Lelia. How about this for a real name? That could work. Gallia. Gallia would be alright. Plus, Gallia just seems like she'd be cool to hang out with. Gallia reminds me of so many like festival girls that would go to festivals and concerts back in the day. That's like exactly like I knew people that were Gallia. Tasha seems like a real name, right? Lovestruck Beast. Yeah, that'd be a good baby name. Raggadragga's a magic card. I don't know what all this D&D is about, but so we're not gonna watch the Wizard stream. However, if there's new spoilers that come up, let me know and we will talk about them as we go. Oh, it's hamster time. Hamster time, death time. Here comes the hamster. Go to combat. Everything at our opponent. Is this enough to win the game? We draw a land. We go lay low. We discard a Lovestruck Beast. So we got 4 damage to the face from the Minsc and... Maybe Minsc and Boo is just legit good. Which planeswalker do you want to return to standard? Venser. The answer is always Venser. Although Venser apparently is one of the actual dead planeswalkers. And Venser, I'm a little bit salty about this. Venser did not get a obituary or anything like that. When Jaya dies and there's obituaries in the newspaper, Venser died and no one thought twice about it. I mean, if they can bring Elspeth back, they can bring Venser back, right? It's got death means nothing in Magic. It just depends on if Wizards likes you enough. Yeah, Venser died like 10 years ago or something. But Venser's just my favorite planeswalker. It blinks. It's just such... I love that card. I just love Venser. Ooh, I would take Zombie Venser. I don't even care. Complete it. I don't even care. Honestly, do you want an unpopular opinion? I think this is an opinion that's going to make some people angry. So I was reading this post on the Reddit earlier this week where people were like mad about Jaya dying and about Ajani getting completed. And we're like, what's the point in even keeping up with the story if they're just going to kill people off? McFly3K, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. I think that, if anything, Magic does not kill off characters enough. Like, I think that it's so predictable that the characters won't die that it actually makes it kind of boring. Like, if you went into a Magic set actually thinking there was a realistic possibility that Jace would die or that Elspeth would actually die, or like, wouldn't that make it more exciting? Maybe it's just me, and it's because I don't know, TV shows that I like are shows where a character that you can be very involved with, very supportive of, whatever, like, can just die at any time. Like, I think those make for the best stories, but Magic just doesn't have that. Like, characters almost never die, so I feel like we should be killing off characters more often. Also, that would let us cycle through characters more often, which would be sweet. Well, we're just gonna go double fling kill. Sack you, kill you. Could Venser show up in Brothers War? Maybe like time travel Venser or something. I like Games of Thrones up until the end of it. But like Breaking Bad was kind of like that. Although I guess the main characters didn't die. I remember, what was the, I don't know if you watched Boardwalk Empire. Boardwalk Empire was kind of more like okay than great when it comes to HBO shows. But there was, I don't even remember the character's name. It was like at the end of the second or third season, one of the characters that was built up and it seemed like was going to be like one of the main characters going to the next season just like randomly got killed off. So I think stuff like that is interesting. I love Better Call Saul, but I haven't watched the last season yet, so don't spoil it for me. I gotta watch the last season. Has anyone watched the new Game of Thrones show? I'm really Game of Thrones or Better Call Saul is really good. It's like, I think it's comparable to Breaking Bad. I rank it slightly behind because it starts off a lot slower, but he died because the actor was what? Oh, I guess I never actually like read. Maybe there was another reason for it that I didn't realize. But it was like a jarring death. Yeah, I hadn't figured out if I was gonna watch the new Game of Thrones show or not. Like Game of Thrones, the actual show, I can still enjoy the first 4 or 5 seasons are really, really good. And then like 6 and 7 are kind of going downhill. And then season 8 is just like a disaster, which I think everyone knows. That's not any great words of wisdom that season 8 of Game of Thrones was not very good. But I was nervous, like, is the new show going to be more season 8 or is it going to be more seasons like 1 through 4, 1 through 5? The other thing is I don't really like shows that come out weekly. So most of the time I wait until until the whole season's out, and then I can binge watch it when I have the time. So usually if it's something that's coming out every week, I don't watch it as it goes. It just drives me too crazy to not have the next episode to watch if I want to watch it. So I think I will probably end up watching the new Game of Thrones show, but it'll probably be after the whole season's out. I'll probably dig into it. It's almost like finish the TV show before finishing the books based on the show is not a good idea. Yeah, I think that was a big part of it. Although, like, I've never read the books, but in defense of the TV people, it does kind of seem like who knows when the books would ever be finished. So it felt like they were kind of maybe in a hard spot because I don't think there was any guarantee that like, oh, the rest of the books are going to be out in the next year or the next 10 years even. So they might have just had to like, go for it, but it certainly fell apart. Although a lot of it wasn't even the writing as much as the pacing. Like for me that was the bigger issue. Yeah, and you can't really just like, actors get older. You can't really just take a break from making Game of Thrones for 5 years while you wait for the book. That would be equally awkward. So I don't know what they were supposed to do. But I think it was the pacing as much as the writing. Actually, honestly, maybe even more than the writing that bothered me. The early seasons of Game of Thrones had this really methodical pace, I would say, where, now let's make a devil. We're kind of staying alive-ish. Had a really methodical pace, and a lot of the character development came on these like long journeys on the road or like just stuff like that. And then the last season, it was like oh no, that's the most unbeatable fake card in Historic. Then the last season, the pacing was horrible. It was like, here's 2 episodes of just nonstop talking nothingness. And then guess what? We'll do all the fight scenes in 2 episodes. And then like, it was just the pacing was so bad. Yeah, this card. This is I do think it's the least beatable of the fake alchemy cards. It would be, if it wasn't for my objection to playing alchemy cards, I would build a Panharmonicon deck around this because it would be kind of insane. How do you feel about stuff like, what do you do about stuff like this? It's such I hate that they did this to Historic. I really do. Like, I don't know how to handle this. I don't know how to handle it anymore. Like, what do I do? These cards, I found it would just even like working on this deck. There's cards that, yeah, we're just dead to, so this is going to make a skeleton. This is going to kill a creature. So I found even building this deck, there's like a red removal spell from Alchemy that does excess damage, and then you get more damage when you cast your next spell, which is kind of like a staple of Historic, and it would be like the right spell to play in this deck, but then I got to think about not playing fake cards, or not in existence in paper cards. When I say fake, that's what I mean, just so it's clear. I avoid fake cards by not playing Historic. That was my technique at first, but then I realized there's like cool stuff that I want to do, like the Blink, Rhino, Lazalzak, Erratic stuff we were doing. Like that's something we can only do. That's something we can only do in Historic, and I think that it's worth doing. Like I think it's cool enough that we should still do it, even though like it's awkward. I don't know, it just gets all awkward. I don't like the technique of just not ever playing Historic, because there's some cool stuff we can do with cards that are real, but at the same time, it feels weird to not play like a staple removal spell once you're playing Historic because everyone else is doing it. A YouTube rewrote Arena from scratch and build a Magic AA to find the best type of an archetype. You should check it out. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Where would I find such a thing? What is the YouTube? All right, so we get a hamster. Oh, is he like Irish or something? Why does a voice actor have like an Irish, like almost comical Irish accent? I don't know the D&D lore of Minsc and Boo, but I just for the first time actually heard the voiceover, and it's kind of almost like cheesy Irish. Have I heard anything about the new Magic show? I have not. I'm still slightly skeptical that it'll actually happen. I mean, I guess we'll find out. Wow, this is awkward, but I think we actually sack the hamster, hit the coven, stomp the coven, attack, exile a land. Well, we got through one third of the Hourglass Coven. I feel like there's some cool stuff that can be done with Alchemy, but it has Alchemy-based abilities, perpetually draft Conjure, immediately 100 times better than any other real card. Yeah, that is why with Alchemy, I've decided just to avoid it. With Historic, I've come around to, I'm going to still play Historic. I'm just not going to play the Alchemy cards, the fake cards. But Alchemy, the whole heart of the format is the digital only card. So I don't think there's any way to play Alchemy and not play the Alchemy cards. Like, it's the name of the format. So Alchemy, I just have not played. Although that's, like, it is partly because, like, so I know I'm in a unique position in that I have a essentially unlimited arena budget because I do it for content. So for me, even though the economy, it's ridiculous and so expensive, like, it's not necessarily a deal breaker that it's so expensive just because I already spend so much money on arena, but it's just so hard to support the format because it's so bad for everyone else. So even if there's cool things you could do, it's just so money grabby. So money grabby. It just feels dirty. I feel dirty if I, like, even though I could afford to play Arena because I spend so much money on Arena already, like, or I could afford to play Alchemy because I spend so much already. I have so many cards on Arena. It just feels wrong to support it because it's such a money grab. All right, get in. Lovestruck Beast, opponent. There are some cool Alchemy cards, that's for sure. It's still kind of... I just wish they had done it better. I wish they had done it in a way that it would be easier for people to support. Like, if they had done the same thing and it wasn't so money grabby and it, like, the nerfs and buffs didn't impact Historic, I think it would have went way, way differently. And people would have a lot a much different perception of the format. So that's what I'm mostly disappointed in, because it didn't have to be the way it is. Like, it could have been something that was received well. Yeah, I mean, that's basically it. Like, don't mess with historic, and I don't know about alchemy having to be literally free, but the way they launched it, where it's just, oh, here's a million mythics and rares that you need, like, you can't do it like that. Especially during a time when one of the biggest complaints people had about Arena was that it's too expensive. People still have that complaint. Like, that, it just came off so tone deaf. They sacrificed their best format for quick cash. It does kind of feel that way, doesn't it? It does kind of feel that way. All right, well, Minsc and Boo. Minsc and Boo is a cool card. Like, that's, and then you get, like, here's the further complicated aspect of this, is what do you do with a card like Minsc and Boo? Minsc and Boo is a real card. It's a card that's becoming, like, a legacy card that people are playing. So it's a real card, but they rebalanced it by adding 1 mana to it. So is that a real card, a fake card? It's, like, over my head at that point. New spoilers? Ooh, all right, new spoilers. Oh, leave our hamsters alone, you jerk. I mean, we have literally just lost to this 1/6 drop that makes a million things with the same art. Like, that is it. We just have not been able to beat that card. Pound it. Boon. Yeah, all right. Fair enough. Well, we got to, okay, spoilers for days. Spoilers for days and days. Okay, here we go. First look at these cards. These are commander cards. These are not in the main set. These must be coming in the set boosters. All right, card number 1. Historian's Boon. 4 mana enchantment. When it or another non-token enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token. Whenever the final chapter of a saga you control triggers, create a 4/4 angel creature token with Vigilance. Ooh, that is the first card that we've ever had that refers to the final chapter of a saga triggering. I believe. I can't think of another one. Whew. I like this card. So you play in an Enchantress deck, you cast enchantments, you get soldiers, and then that last ability, obviously you complete it fairly in a saga deck, and as your sagas hit their last counter, you're getting angels, or you can do some of those. Read ahead works very well with read ahead because you can jump to the last one. There's also a trick with stuff that can remove a counter. Remember, like, Hex Parasite that we played not that long ago, or Power Conduit, you can tap to remove a lore counter. What you can do is you can get the last lore counter, which will trigger your Historian's Boon to make an angel, and then with the sacrifice trigger on the second, remove the counter, and you keep it going. It stays on the battlefield, and you get to keep hitting that last lore counter every turn. So there's 2 cards combos that'll make this just get an angel every single turn. Card seems sweet. I like it. Like, seems like a card that I would play in an Enchantress Commander deck, and it'd probably be pretty reasonable. All right, card number 2. Barbarian Mercenaries. Vigilance. Barbarian Mercenaries has all activated abilities of all legendary creatures you control. Okay. So kind of like a weird Necrotic Ooze effect. I mean, I'm sure there's combos. I'm sure there's combos with this, although I assume it's a lot harder to combo with compared to Ooze, because it's easier to get things in the graveyard than to have them on the battlefield. Like, if you have the combo, then you already have cast all the combo pieces. You might be able to combo in another way. But definitely a unique design. Another card that I actually super like. Wizards just killed it with this set. Ooh. Okay. Merfolk Noble. Emperor Mile II. Merfolk have not had nearly as many generations as Darians, apparently. 3 mana, 3/3. Merfolk Noble. It's a legend. Look at the top card of your library and cast Merfolk spells from the top of your library. When you cast a Merfolk spell, you can pay 1 to make a Merfolk, a 1/1 blue Merfolk creature token. That's kind of sweet. Like, you can play in the command zone. I would play this in the 99 to Merfolk. I wonder if this could they show up in Legacy Merfolk? The only awkward part is Merfolk is a pretty Ether Vial based deck. So if you're vialing creatures into play, you're obviously not casting them. But in like a commander Merfolk deck, this would probably be, is this the best mono blue Merfolk commander? It might be. I feel like there's a chance that's just the best mono blue Merfolk commander at this point. I'm glad to see Merfolk getting more support. There's people who just love Merfolk. Merfolk are not exactly my favorite tribe. Like, I have nothing against Merfolk, but I know people who's just, oh, they're all about the Merfolk. So it's cool to see it getting more support. Worth pointing out, these cards are commander cards, the last 3 cards we looked at. Although, even though that last Merfolk will not be Pioneer legal, I do think that this set could... yeah, I mean, we're going for it. I do think that this set could go a long way towards helping Pioneer Merfolk. No, usually we do the preview stream for like the first day of spoilers, but when it's the last day of spoilers and they're just showing the commander cards or whatever, usually we don't watch that stream. So we got more time to actually play some magics. But we will keep up on the cards as they come out. Do you want to play my... let's make a devil. Do you want to play my pile of Ultra Jank? I have a hilarious pile. I want you to try 5-color all basic Yorion Blink with Valith. I mean, I'd love to see the list, Magikarp. Well, yeah, let's Chandra. Opponent is doing a good job of killing all of our things, that's for sure. I'll take up Chandra, hit you for damage, Lando or Elves. Full set's out tomorrow. We'll get the full spoiler tomorrow. Opponent, Elder Gargaroth. Well, okay. Well, I gotta get rid of that. Gargaroth is kind of too big to beat. So Chandra, and do a bit of stomping, and play a bit of Bone Crusher, and play another Mystic, and hit you for 1. If they play that 6-drop, though, we're in such bad shape. Opponent. Okay, not the 6-drop at least. That's good news. Fable of the Mia Breaker. Opponent. The Blink plan definitely looks fun, Magikarp. I wonder how's the mana worked out. The all basic plan does make Faileth a lot better, and it does keep the budget down. Wait, how did they get? Oh, they have another one. Okay. Well, take up Chandra. Hit a land. Gargaroth. Hit ya. Opponent's gonna do so much filtering here. We'll look at the other spoilers after we finish this game. The other new ones. Opponent, okay, wow, gonna give up both tokens. Alright, that's fine. Pass the turn. Where's our Minsc and Boo? Where's our Hamsters? Would you ever consider doing an Against the Odds episode with Grim Reminder? Let me look up the actual text on Grim Reminder. Is that the one that, like, you gotta guess something and deal 6 damage? Let's look at Grim Reminder. Search your library for a non-land card and reveal it. Each opponent who casts a card this turn with the same name loses 6 life, then shuffle your library, 2 return to your hand. Activate this only during your upkeep. So Grim Reminder wants you to have cards in your deck that are the same name of the cards in your opponent's deck. So essentially it can punish decks who run all the same cards, I guess, would be the simplest way. Well, I guess we got to cash in our Chandra here, unfortunately. Chandra the Kalitas. 1, 2. Play the land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lair of the Hydra. Attack, attack. Make a beast. Opponent going down to 2. All right, opponent, you need something good. Huh. Yeah, Grim Reminder would be interesting to build around. I feel like it's a good deck building challenge. Although I also wonder if the gameplay would actually be interesting. Like, the deck building aspect would be very interesting, but would the actual gameplay with the deck be interesting? That I'm not as sure about. But yeah, I can add that to an against odds poll in the future. Let's bring in the Soul Seer. Minsc and Boo does seem pretty good. All right, we'll go down. We'll go down one of those. Let's not talk about that card existing. Zariel, actually, I will say Zariel's kind of impressed me. Do you think Urza Lordhide Artificer would be too much for historic? Probably. Urza's kind of busted. All right, new card that we haven't talked about. Another commander card. Activated Sleeper, a Fraxion Shapeshifter, 3 mana flash, and may enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature card in a graveyard that was put there from the battlefield this turn, except it's a Fraxion in addition to its other types. So do you think we're going to get Fraxion Tribal support? Like, we have to, right? It seems like we gotta actually get some Phyrexian Tribal support in the future. I mean, this is a discounted clone. 3 mana with flash. That is a good price for a clone. Although it is a restricted clone where you have to, where you do have to have a creature go in the graveyard this turn. Seems fine. I mean, if you're in the market for that. Gets better if being a Phyrexian actually matters. Like, if there's something that rewards you for having Phyrexians, then it goes up in value. What do we got now? Oh, new Kavold. Oh my god. Rosh Knockot. Hair of Raggadragga. All right, Rashakik Hair of Raggadragga. What an... this would be one not to name your kid, I think. 1 mana 0/1. Legendary Kavold Warrior has Battle Cry. Heroic when you cast a spell that targets it. Create a 0/1 Kavold named Kavold of Carekeep. Ooh. Wow, that's actually a cool commander. That's actually a really cool commander. So it pumps all your things, and you target it with spells, and it makes things that you can pump, and then you just, it's like the army in the can. Keep targeting it, keep targeting it. That card's sweet. I love to see the Kavold support coming back. Super cool. And it rewards something a little bit different. Like, Raggadragga kind of rewarded you for loading up with equipment. This actually seems to support the Kavold game plan more of going wide. So it might actually be a better card for Kabolds as a commander. Wait, we got a new set of dual lands? Oh boy. All right. Pretend that this was the real version of Wilson. Do you think Karn's Power Stones could be a good set mechanic in Brothers War? Maybe if they're not attached to things like Karn. Like if you made them like clues and they weren't ruining planeswalkers. Like, I don't have anything against the Power Stones, although the wording is a bit clunky. Do you think you'll ever build a shared fate deck for this stream? I think I'm the only person voting for it in the polls. I keep adding it to the poll and it keeps not getting there, but someday, I think we will play. I think we will play shared fate at some point. I don't know when, but I do think that we will very likely play it at some point. Opponent down to 15 with the bear beats. Shared Fate is just a really unique card to build around. That's another one that I feel like the deck building process is maybe more interesting than the actual gameplay. Not that the gameplay with Shared Fate is bad, but, well, let's Chandra. Take her up. Hit you for 2. Pass the turn. Would I like to keep our board for our Minsc and Boo, but... Am I the only one who wants to get Empiretron back to YouTube? Ooh, Empiretron would be sweet to revisit. Oh, that's a tough one. That is a tough one. We do have more tutors now, so maybe it'll be easier to assemble than last time we tried it. On the other end, we have way more ways to kill it now, especially if you got to play in something like Modern. Whoa, Angrath, eh? Angrath. How are we killing an Angrath? What we'd like to do is get it with a hamster, but we need to draw a land. All right, we're going to get rid of Elder Gargaroth, I guess. Ha-ha! All right. So, land, hamster. Go for the Minotaur's Eyes, I guess. Counters on Minsc and Boo. Go to combat, hit the Angrath. Take up Chandra for mana, and then do a little stomping. Put an end to this Angrath problem. Oh, that was a good turn. Hey, what's up, Magic Nerds Brazil? How are you? Welcome, welcome. Do you want to do a standard challenge on Wednesday as a farewell to Zendikar through Strixhaven? Oh, honestly, probably not. I feel like, for me, I tend to, like, move on from standard. By that point, especially since early access day is on Tuesday, and we would have already gotten to play with the new cards, I think I would have wow, when you can sack the hamster and draw 4, it's kind of great. I think I will have mostly moved on by that point from actually, maybe we tick up. Let's just, okay, strangle this. Wow, this is going very well. Very, very well. Llanowar Elves, Gallia. Play the land. Tick up Chandra for mana. Bone Crusher. And that was a good turn. And we even get to kill the Chandra. We're just the Planeswalker Assassins. Hey, what's up, dog? How are you? So, yeah, unlikely that we play any more standard. Although, maybe we'll play some stuff that was fun in standard and, like, Explorer. Modern. Do you think we're going to get a Tron in the new... this thing. Do you think we're going to get a Tron in the new set? We have to, right? There's got to be some sort of Tron. Well, I mean, I think we still win, though, because we need Chandra Ultimate. I think Chandra's Ultimate is strong enough to even beat the fake cards. All right, we get a hamster. Chandra Emblem. Oh, we just win right now. Yeah, Chandra's Emblem is very good. Hit ya. Hit ya. And hit ya. And try to alchemy us, will ya? All right, we got another new card. We got another new card before the next game. What do we have here? Baru Worms. Yes, it's a worm legend. Baru Wormspeaker. 4 mana. 3/3 human druid. Worms you control have +2/+2 and trample. Pay 8, tap it. Create a 4/4 green worm creature token, which allows you to actually be a 6/6 with trample. This ability costs X less to activate, where X is the greatest power among worms you control. I love it. I've been preaching this for a while now. If there's a janky tribe that you kind of love, get the pieces of it, because Wizards will print a Lord for it. If they are printing Worm Tribal Commanders, Griffin Tribal Commanders, you can bet that literally anything that they can print a commander for, they're going to actually make a commander for it. And that card's cool. I would not. Whoa, there's even more cards. Okay, there's more. Okay, 2 more commander cards, and now we get some 3 standard cards. All right, spoilers. Spoiler time. Commander card, 2 more to go. What do we have here? Green Sleeves Marrow Sorcerer. 5 mana star elemental. It's a legendary creature. Has protection from planeswalkers and wizards. I don't know the lore of this, but yes. Yeah, not having white means you can't play Armada Worm. So many fewer jokes available without a Marta Worm in your deck. Protection from planeswalkers and wizards, of all things. Power toughness equal to the number of lands you control. Whenever a land enters a battlefield under your control, create a 3/3 green badger creature token. Wizards just going wild with these tokens. We're playing hamsters. This is making badgers. We just got a worm tribal commander. So I guess you could argue this is a badger tribal commander. Worms in badger. So I don't know the flavor of this. Does anyone know why this has protection from wizards? What? Why is it bad? No one knows. No one knows. Anti-wizard. Finally, the anti-wizard landfall badger tribal card I've been waiting for. that actually sums it up. All right, so that's another commander card. There's one more commander card, and it's a mythic. The Mana Rig. 3 mana. Whenever you cast a multicolor spell, create a tap Power Stone token. It's an artifact with tap it. It makes mana, but it can't be used to spend. It can't be spent to cast non-artifact spells. Pay 3 mana, tap it. Look at the top X cards of your library. Put up to 2 of them into your hand. The rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Look at the top X cards of your library. So essentially, 3 mana, cast a multicolor spell, get a Power Stone, and then the Power Stones fuel the Mana Rig. It takes 6 mana or 6 Power Stones to draw 2 cards. So this is interesting. So let's say that this is a supported mechanic in the Brothers War, and they're actually going all in on this Power Stone thing. Could that make Karn good? I think the answer is no. I think even if they had this be a supported mechanic, I still think Karn would be bad. Although I don't think this card is as bad as people are thinking. Like, it sounds like chat doesn't like this card. So here's how I'm thinking of it. You got to be multicolor tribal. You got to be a full-on multicolor theme deck. If most of your spells are multicolored, you're going to make a lot of those Power Stone tokens. Those Power Stone tokens are not very useful, but if you get up to 6 of them, this is literally just draw 2 extra cards every turn. And if you can get 9 of them or 12 of them, you can actually have some card selection built in. I don't think you ever want to be spending real mana on this. I don't think you want to, or very rarely, but I don't think that's the plan. There's no way you want to pay a million X to go digging. Oh, I'm reading this totally wrong. So you're always only paying 3. You pay triple X tap. Triple X. No, I'm reading this correctly. Am I reading this correctly? So you can pay X 3 times. So you can pay 111. Look at the top. I'm so confused. Why am I? So you got to pay 6 to draw 2, right? Am I understanding this right? If you pay 6, you'd look at the top 2 cards, put them in your hand. If you pay 9, you look at your top 3 cards, put 2 in your hand. 3, 6, 9, 12, etc., etc. I mean, if you're a multicolor deck, I think that's fine. I think that's still fine. Like, you're not going to spend your mana on it. It's way too expensive to spend your mana on it, but if you can do it just with the Power Stone shards for free, and then maybe get some extra value by casting an artifact spell once in a while, a Blightsteel or whatever. So I don't think it's great, but in a multicolor deck, I think it's okay. Common tap lands. Ooh. Okay, I mean, the upside here is they're fetchable. And having budget fetchable lands is actually like kind of a big deal. This matters for like Farseek budget commander decks, or this matters for Nature's Lore budget players. Maybe you don't have Overgrown Tomb, maybe you don't have Bayou because they cost an ungodly amount of money, but your Haunted Mire, you can still tutor that out with your Nature's Lore. So I actually think these are pretty impactful common lands just because of the type. Also helps with domain in limited, I think, which is probably the idea. We also got, ooh, wow, Impulse. When was the last time Impulse was in standard? Like Forever Visions or something? I feel like Impulse has not been in standard. Impulse. Literally Impulse. This has not been in standard since the earliest days of Magic. Literally it's not in Modern. This is literally the earliest days of Magic. So we've had Anticipate a bunch of times. This is, you go 1 card deeper. It's just a strictly better Anticipate. If you had ever played Anticipate, it's gone. There's no reason you ever need to play it anymore, because this just lets you see 1 more card for the same exact price. Also, the art's pretty sweet. Yeah, definitely helpful in Modern. Also, I'm sure you'll see play in Standard. So that's a sweet reprint. I figured this was on their do not reprint list because it's just been so long that since we've seen it. All right, there's one more. Oh boy, a rare read ahead saga. Urza Assembles the Titans. 5 mana. It's a white card. Read ahead. Lore counter number 1. Scry 4. Then you may reveal the top card of your library. If it's a planeswalker card that's revealed that way, put it into your hand. Okay. Lore counter 2. You may put a planeswalker card with mana value 6 or less from your hand onto the battlefield. Okay. And lore counter number 3, you may activate the loyalty abilities of planeswalkers you control twice this turn rather than once. Oh. Wait. Am I right to be disappointed in this card? I feel like all those modes are like super restricted. Huh. So obviously you got to be a Super Friends deck. This makes me think we're getting a 6-mana Urza in the next set that's a planeswalker. You got to be Super Friends. Like, if you're Super Friends, it's probably sweet. If you're Super Friends, lore counter 1 should draw you a planeswalker. Lore counter 2 should give you a free planeswalker, which I guess makes Urza Assembles the Titans almost free. Okay, yeah, I guess that's the difference that I was kind of looking over. Any individual lore counter is not that good. Like, if you just play this for the 3rd lore counter, meh. Although maybe there's times where you're just going to combo off and win. So I think this is a read-ahead saga that you're mostly going to play all the way through. But in a Super Friends deck, if you play this all the way through, like, think about the 2nd lore counter. If you read ahead to the 2nd lore counter, you're kind of just ramping for 1, even if you have a 6-mana planeswalker, which doesn't seem that great. But if this is lore counter 1, draw a planeswalker. Lore counter 2, put that into play for free and have all your mana up to do other things. And then lore counter 3, double activate all your planeswalkers. That's actually sweet. I think you just got to play it all the way through. I think you will read ahead with this very, very rarely. And you got to be a Super Friends deck. But if you're Super Friends and you'll go through the paces, that's actually a sweet card. And the art is... Ooh, it's got me hyped. It's got me hyped for Urza coming back. Yeah, that's also true. It's a mono white card that lets you put in a planeswalker of any color, so. Read ahead chapter 2 seems okay. Yeah, that's actually a pretty sweet card. Oh, this set's so good. This set's so good. Oh, wait. There's another one I didn't see. Urtai. Two new ones. Uh-oh. Some Crim cards, maybe. Urtai Scorn, 3 mana instant. This spell costs a blue less to cast if an opponent casts 2 or more spells this turn. Counter a spell. So counter a spell if your opponent casts 2 or more spells. Also, Urtai resurrected. How does Urtai get resurrected? Why can't we have Venser resurrected? If they can resurrect Elspeth and Urtai, Wizards, if you're listening to me, Venser, one-time Venser. 4 mana, 3/2 flash, legendary Phyrexian human wizard. When it ETBs, counter target spell, activated ability, or triggered ability, its controller draws a card, or destroy another creature or planeswalker, its controller draws a card. Wow. That is some flexibility. So when this enters a battlefield, you can blow up anything or counter anything. Downside is, if you do it to your opponent, they're going to draw a card. But it's on a body. It's on a body, so you can blink this, you can flicker this. This is about as close to Venser as we've seen in a very long time. Even at 4 mana, though. Even at 4, like, it works for Venser. It works for Venser. This is like creature, as close as we've seen to a creature like Venser. And since the actual Venser, you could counter your own trigger for value to draw a card. I think this card's very good. I think Urtai's very good. I think it's a very good card. I think it's gotta be. That's just so flexible. This set's so bonkers. This set is so bonkers. Might be a cool Blink Commander. Yeah, could play it in Wizards. Could play it in Phyrexians. You know we're going to get some crazy Phyrexian tribal commanders at some point. All right, we gotta try Raggadragga. Oh, so good. So this deck, it's so janky and probably very bad. So the idea is this. Actually, let's add another Savala. I feel like Savala is actually pretty important to what this deck's wanting to do. So, okay. We might not, well, whatever, let's try it. So the idea of this deck, and it's super janky. What we're trying to do is ramp into Raggadragga. Raggadragga, the 4/4/4 human boar, gives our mana ability creatures +2/+2. When a creature we control with the mana ability attacks, we untap it. And then when you cast a spell, if you spend at least 7 mana on it, untap a creature and it gets +7/+7 until undeterred. So what we do is we ramp into Raggadragga. Raggadragga is going to pump our mana dorks. The most interesting mana dorks are Savala and Marwyn, which can add a bunch of mana because they add mana equal to their power. In theory, we can be be spending 7 mana on things like Turn Timber Symbiosis, Shatter Skull Smashing, Nyx Bloom Ancient to give these creatures +7/+7, and then they make a ridiculous amount of mana, especially if it's Nyx Bloom Ancient, and then we use all that mana to, I guess, cast all of our hand. That's the only thing we're missing is like a payoff for having all the mana. But let's try it and we'll see. Maybe we don't need a payoff. Gruul is not the best card draw color. We could play like Escape to the Wilds, maybe Escape to the Wilds would be the solution. We'll see if it works. It's definitely janky. A Fraxion commander that has whenever your opponent casts a spell with mana value through a graveyard, they get a poison counter. Ooh, that would be sweet. I kind of just want a way to draw cards, but I don't know what that would be. I just want a way to draw a ridiculous, maybe just draw equal to a creature's power. That would let us draw through our deck. And then we do whatever. Because I feel like we can make a bunch of mana. Like, once we have something that's tapping for 7 mana, if we can draw a ton of cards, then we can... ooh, Wish might be the answer. Wish and big stuff in the sideboard. I thought about the Great Henge. The problem with the Great Henge is... Wait, is this the wrong deck? This is the wrong deck. Ugh. All right, one more match with this deck, I guess, because we have almost ranked up on Arena. So we'll switch decks next round. One more with Hamsters. Yeah, Rishkar, maybe we can figure it out in the meantime. Rishkar's expertise, wishing from the sideboard's interesting. Yeah, we're ham-starring. Hey, what's up, Dandy Floss? How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Well, let us draw some Magic the Gathering cards. Layla's like way better than I expected on Arena. It just gets big and it's hasty and it generates card advantage. It might be Rishkar's expertise. That might be what we want. Thought seizes. So what do you think? We've seen, well, we'll get the full set tomorrow, but I think we've seen essentially the entire set. I think we've seen essentially the entire set. What do you think? Compared to where you started spoiler season, expectations met? Better, worse? Somewhere in between? How big of an impact do you think this set's going to have? Oh, Green Defilers. Oh, that card's so strong. The Defiler cycle kind of confuses me. They spoiled the green one first, and the green one is like S tier. It's like ridiculous. And then all the other ones are still fine, but they're like B tier, C tier type cards. I was expecting them all to be like S tier. So that's the part that caught me by surprise. Oh God. Wait, do we win? Oh, Minsc and Boo is so good. So we get in for 5. Oh, I guess we don't quite. All right. Well, we win next turn. Minsc, Hamster, and opponent scoops it up. It's one of the sets ever made. That's true. This is one of the sets ever made. I don't know if that was a typo and it was supposed to say like best set or if that was a joke. If it was a joke, very good. Hey, what's up, Surfing? Welcome back, welcome back. Seth, I got pay X, remove X poison counters from a opponent and draw that many cards and discard. Wait, I got it. Pay X, remove X poison counters from an opponent and draw that many cards and discard a card. Ooh, wait, what would that be for? Do you think they're going to bring back actual infect? I feel like we're going to be getting poison counters. I mean, they're all... So the Defilers, you got green like way up here. Green is S tier, the card's bonkers. It's so good. So you got green way up here. I think blue is probably like B tier. I would say it's like a pretty big jump down. I think that blue is the next best. And it's like, it's pretty far behind. And then I think black, red, and white are all kind of bringing up the bottom in some order. I don't know. I think black is the worst. And then white and... And then white and red are kind of in the lower bottom tier and about the same about the same spot, I would say. Yeah, blue is great in Unesh. Blue, I like that blue's evasive. Like, it's a 4-power flyer, which I like. All right, let's attack and just stomp the token. Yeah, red needed to... Oh, yeah, if they had haste, it would be good. I'm mostly skeptical of red because I feel like... I'm mostly skeptical of red because, Bonnet draws some cards. Because it's the top end of your curve, and I don't know how many cards you're going to have left over. Don't forget you said Oko wouldn't see play and that you didn't know where it fit. I'm gonna have to go back and check to see if I actually said that. Is that actually true? Are those actual words that I said? I'm not saying you're wrong. That was a Elderade. It was a long time ago. It's possible. I mean, I've certainly missed in spoiler season, so it's definitely possible that I said that. I definitely remember when Oko was first spoiled and we didn't even know what food was, that it was definitely like, we don't even know what this card does. I have no idea. So if it was that, then yeah, I remember that happening. I don't know. I don't remember what I said after we actually knew what the mechanic did. Opponent. All right, Molten Impact. You should do 5-color Phyrexian against odds one of these days with a 5-color support. I definitely want to try 5-color Legends in Standard. What does everyone play Jund in this format? So many Jund decks. We drew a land at least, which is helpful. Sort of helpful. Yeah, all right. There we go. Make a devil pass the turn. About it untaps. Yeah, I think people do just have a soft spot for Goyf, even though it hasn't been good in a while. Do you think they'll reprint Circle of Loyalty? I mean, eventually. Give it time. Give it time. Wait till we go back to Eldraine and we get... Oh, wow, this fake card is really good, isn't it? 4 damage. If it dealt excess damage, next time you cast it, it deals the rest of that damage to something. Yeah, that's actually like a very... That's a very, very strong card. Opponent gets in. Exiles the graveyard. Yeah, that's awkward. We'll block. And now we don't have mana to cast anything. That's doubly bad. Doubly, triply bad. Can you explain how Green Defiler is any good? I don't get it. Well, I mean, so 5 mana 6/6 trample is already just like above the curve stats. So that's a reason one why it's good. Just like it's got a good amount of power and toughness for its mana cost. And then it has the best ability. Like if you look at all the other abilities, it's like when you cast a spell, give a single thing +1. Jeez. When you cast a spell, give a single thing +1/+1 until end of turn. Make a single 1/1 token. Deal a single damage to something. And the green one, it's like, put a +1/+1 counter on all your things. Like, that one blows my mind. Like, I don't even know what they're thinking. I don't know if it's a misprint and they thought it was saying put a counter on one thing. If it said put a counter on a creature you control, that would make it roughly the same as the rest of the cycle. But for some reason, the whole rest of the cycle is like, do this one little thing, do this one little thing, do this one little thing. And the green one's like, do this to everything. Do 10 of these things. If you got 10 creatures, put a counter on all of them. It'll be fine. So yeah. That's why the green one's really good. It's got the best stats and it's got the best ability. And you add that together, that's a good card when you got the best of both. Siladrafo, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Really, after seeing the rest of the set, I'm still kind of like, honestly, just surprised that it's worded the way it is. Like, I really, truly am surprised. I think the Goyf has a chance in Standard. I am concerned about the amount of graveyard hate. Like, we just saw an example of it, but there are quite a few good cards that just happen to exile cards from the graveyard. That's my concern, but I think that its actual abilities, like, if you knew that your graveyard wasn't going to get messed with, I think that it would actually be a pretty good card in Standard. My concern is just if your graveyard gets messed with, it becomes a very bad card pretty quickly. So that's going to be the concern. Like, how much are people hating out your graveyard? Oh, Vesuvian Diplomacy, so good. I don't know about good, but it's so fun. That's one of the cards at the very top of my list to build around. Just as far as, like, doing crazy things with it. I don't have any expectation that that's going to be, like, a super competitive deck. But as far as, like, doing just awesome things, oh, Vesuvian Diplomacy is so good for that. Like, I tried to build so many Orvar decks, and Orvar seems like it should be super cool. The problem is Orvar just always dies, and people know that you got to kill Orvar. So you don't get to do the cool things with Orvar in 60 card formats nearly as much as you want to, because everyone just kills it all the time. I feel like Diplomacy lets you do almost as many cool things as Orvar, but the odds of it living are like a million times higher. Like, the chances of it actually staying on the battlefield for like 3 or 4 turns is actually pretty not bad. Yeah, 8 VAR sounds pretty sweet as well. If you want to go really deep, you got to do like be able to turn it into a artifact or a creature so you can copy itself. I think that's like the most spectacular, like liquid metal coating it to turn it into an artifact and then target it to get multiples going, and then it gets super wild. Brothers War will have Mishra's Power Plant, Mishra's Mine, Mishra's Tower. They tap for 7 only for artifact spells, 2 broken or safe. Whew. So Tron, but only for artifacts. Really? Chandra's all, that's it? I mean, that's certainly way safer. So you wouldn't be able to cast Eldrazi. Nuatari's really good. You wouldn't be able to cast Eldrazi with it. All right, let's actually play the Raggadragga deck. Also a reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. If you need any Magic cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com. I'm gonna say safe. I might regret it because I hate Tron, but I'm gonna say Tron that only taps for artifacts would be okay. You couldn't cast Card. You couldn't cast Ugin. You couldn't cast Emeralds or Ulamogs. I guess you're Worm Coiling or Sundering Tightening. And you wouldn't be able to do Bluetron shenanigans and like tap, cast huge repeals. I think it would be okay. Is Mishra's Workshop a good card? It is a absolutely busted card, yes. You got to be in the right deck. Yeah, you got to be a full-on artifact deck because it doesn't even make mana for non-artifacts. But in the right deck, it is ridiculously good. I keep seeing people get excited for creatures in Standard, but I'm worried they're going to be disappointed when they find out that Meat Hook isn't rotating. Yeah, the Meatball Massacre is kind of the natural enemy of of creatures, isn't it? I mean, really though, is that any different than any other Standard though? Like, there's always Wraths. Is Meat Hook Massacre any more oppressive for creatures than whatever Supreme Verdict, Wrath of God, Day of Judgment, Damnation? It's a good card, but it's just like the best Wrath in the format, right? I don't know. I kind of view it that way, that it's fine. Also stabilizes. Well, I mean, what about like Fumigate? We had Fumigate Standard. Blow everything up, gain a bunch of life. I don't know. To me, Meat Hook does not. The only thing that offends me about Meat Hook is how heavily it's played. That there's times when it's like in 50% of, wow, opponent is all about them discard spells. There's times when it's been like 50% of decks or something, which that is just, no card should see that amount of play in Standard. But I don't think the actual power level. Well, I wish we could cast something here. If we could be putting our opponent's lands on top of their deck with this Primal Command, we would be in business. Tireless Tracker. Bounty passes. Well, yeah, we gotta. Do we gotta kill it? All right, let's Yeah, let's play a Shia. Go. No lands, opponent. No lands. Don't draw land. Opponent. More tireless tracking. Okay. Well, all right, strangle you. One, two, three. Yeah, let's get him with Den of the Bugbear. Well, that's so greedy. Yeah, I think it's worth it. If they kill it, it's fine. We get rid of the tracker, and I think that's worth it. Get in with the Den of the Bugbear. Opponent goes to 13. And remember pulling out Set of the Wreckage with Siren Storm Tamer? Oh, Storm Tamer was a sweet card. I wanted to prompt for food to make. I need something to do with myself with what I'm dealing with, and I could go for something nice for myself. Ooh. I mean, it's got to be something involving meat. You gotta have some meat in it. Okay, now I think, have we reached the primal command stage? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could get back to Timeless Witness for Raggadragga. Yeah, let's do that. Get back Timeless Witness. Get back Raggadragga. Ah! The opponent scoops it up. Cannot beat the Raggadragga. Chicken Parmesan's so good. What is the chicken pizziola? Does anyone remember the chicken pizziola sub at Subway? That was the best era of Subway. That was peak Subway. I don't think they've made it in, like, I don't even know how long, a very long time, but it was kind of like a chicken parm. It had the sauce on it. That was the only thing I really ever liked that much at Subway. Now I go into Subway and I tell them to make me a chicken pizziola, and they look at me like I have multiple heads. Chicken pizziola was kind of that was my favorite Subway sub by far. It was like, it is. That's my Saskatchewan sauce. It really is. It only exists in my brain. I need to go to the Shawnees in my brain so I can get a chicken pizziola. Chicken pizziola was kind of a chicken parm style sub. It was the chicken breast sauce, kind of like the red sauce, like from the meatball sauce, that type of sauce. Red sauce, pepperoni, cheese, Parmesan cheese as well, and then like mozzarella American, whatever cheese you prefer. I think mozzarella was the default one, and it was also toasted. So good. But then, yeah, no one knows what it does. If you go to Subway now, you can like walk them through it, and if they're in a good mood, they might make it for you. But that's about it. They don't make it officially anymore, and most of the people who work at Subway have no idea what you're talking about if you tell them about it. Oh. But yeah, I would recommend that. They can still make it. You need to order a grilled chicken sub and have them add marinara. Ooh, is that the secret? All right, I'm gonna have to try that next time I go to Subway. It's also very good if you put a lot of salt and pepper on it. I used to always order it with a lot of salt and pepper, and I would always go to the same Subway, and they had this really nice old lady that worked there, and I would always tell her extra salt and pepper, and eventually she stopped doing it because she said I was gonna have a heart attack or something. It's like, it's my sandwich, you can't. I'm paying you to make the sandwich, Subway lady. And she was super nice, but she was like, nope, not giving you that much salt anymore. I've been keeping track of the new legendaries from the set to help prepare for new deck lists. We're up to 72 new commanders. So, Doug, you play as much commander as anyone, maybe more commander than most people. Is that too many? Is that too many? Is that too many legends? His legend lost all of its meaning. I feel like it kind of has. Like, ooh, I like that art. I haven't seen that bank poster art before. Not on Arena at least. I kind of feel like we have just too many legends now. That's my Raggadragga time. Probably just gonna Ragga die, but all right, Raggadragga. Run it out, pump that land of war, pass the turn. Don't kill it, Tarmogoyf player. I think you're undervaluing enlist, Seth. If it's on a creature with invasion, it's basically free damage. Are there any good creatures with evasion that have enlist though? I saw like a 4-mana 2/2 flying common or something, but I don't think that's gonna. I mean, limited or something, I'd be fine. But McShytown Infamous for the 19th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you about it. Killing our Raggadragga. Doesn't want to see the cool stuff. Well, okay. Ouch, Symbiosis, Ashaya. Pass the turn. I mean, I've never given a food prompt before. Give me an example, Magikarp. What does a food prompt look like? What would that be? You also got to consider, you know how I eat. I'm the, no milk on cereal guy. I don't think I could do what you do, Magikarp, where you have this huge list of like, and then it's got this sauce and it's this, and it always sounds so delicious, but like, okay, you pour the Frosted Flakes in the bowl, but make sure not to accidentally put milk on them, because that will ruin the dish. Grab a spoon, insert into the bowl, and then into your face. Chew. It just doesn't have the same ring as your great food descriptions. All right, get back, Raggadragga. We're gonna make this work one way or another. Play the tap land. Is there a way we lose a Shaya here? No, hopefully. So if they crew this with this, yeah, we should be good. Opponent take 8. Use a spoon for dry cereal. Depends on if I got company or not. If you got guests, then I mean, you can't just eat it with your hand like a Neanderthal. If it's just me and Bear, yeah, I mean, you just dump it in your mouth right out of the box. In that scenario. You don't need cereal with milk. No. Milk is the natural enemy of cereal. Seth's Kitchen. I don't know if it would be as entertaining as you think, but could be fun. It could be a fun special video. I mean, the funny thing is I love milk. Like, milk itself, I adore. I love milk. On the other hand, milk in cereal, I'm not a big, I guess, when it comes down to it, I'm not a fan of foods being mixed together. I think that's the bottom line. Foods just, a lot of them should not be mixed together. Well, okay, so we get to Raggadragga. Our creatures get +2/+2. We go to combat. This is actually just kind of, hilariously, this is just kind of working. Like, we're not doing anything special, but it's working. We attack, everything gets to untap because of Raggadragga, which also is a human boar forest, a land creature. So it too taps for mana. Opponent goes to 3. We play Llanowar Elite. This is just our opponent's playing like Good Jund with Tarmogoyfs and Tireless Trackers and Alchemy cards and Thought Seizes, and we're playing Ashayas and Raggadraggas, and we're crushing them. How do you feel about chocolate milk? Oh, chocolate milk is good. But that's not really an example of foods mixing. It comes that way. right from the store. I met a man who hasn't eaten a vegetable since high school, your brother. I mean, so vegetable, I don't actually hate all vegetables. Vegetables I hated more when I was, wow, we got him. Photos gifted up, cannot beat the Raggadragga. I used to dislike vegetables more, but now I don't mind vegetables. I don't eat them as much as I should, although I have actually been making a conscious effort to get more fruit. Because I actually actively enjoy fruit. I like fruit way more than vegetables. So I've been making an effort to like get fresh blueberries, bananas, and so forth. Bear also is a big blueberry fan, so that works out. It's a good healthy snack. Blueberries for Bear, blueberries for me. Everyone's happy. Honey mustard. No, I don't like. That's honey and mustard. Put them together. Nope. Where's the? Oh, I should update it. I have the Raggadragga deck list. Ooh, we got the Nyx Plume too. All right, we'll keep this. If our opponent doesn't kill all of our stuff, this is actually kind of sweet. Raggadragga. Chris, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup chat for you. Thank you. So, chat, what's the first deck you're building? Whatever format you want. What is the first deck you're building with Dominaria United stuff? Blueberry anchovy. Oh my god, that sounds so gross. What about mead? What is mead? Mead makes me think of old-timey alcohol. Is mead old-timey alcohol? Other than that, I don't know what it is. Frog Tribal. I gotta build that Worm Commander deck now. Worm Tribal just sounds so funny. Legacy Worms. I do think we should play more of these Commander cards in Legacy. I think that's there's untapped potential there. Mead is honey wine. Oh. See, I really don't drink that much alcohol. I really hardly ever drink alcohol, honestly. Are we killing Ravenous Squirrel? You know what? Probably not. Let's just Llanowar. Llanowar Mountain. Pass the turn. I mean, I don't have anything against alcohol. I just don't really enjoy drinking alcohol. I will try to build mono black with Liliana, Ravenboy, and Braids. Oh, that sounds like a sweet standard deck. All right, the witch is up and joins the party. Well, let's see how good Raggadragga is. Land Raggadragga. Get in with Llanowar. Untap it. I mean, if you got a bunch of mana dorks, Raggadragga is kind of good. Like double Lord and untap is pretty sweet. French bread pizza. Yeah, French bread pizza's fine. I don't not like French bread pizzas. Opponent. Passes. 1, 2, 3. How much sacking can our opponent do? When you sack an artifact or creature, put a counter, so they can sack the goose. This becomes a 2/2. The question is, can we attack with anything? Can we attack, or do we just have to shatter skull smashing first? I think we can attack. Attack, get in some damage, and then smashing away the Mayhem Devil. Ooh, Hollywood style. I mean, I think that's a possibility. I think that there's going to be a lot of less traditional sets coming up. Based on like Streets of New Capenna, some of the Battle Bond stuff, I think that stuff Wizards would just flat out say no to like 5 years or 10 years ago are all on the table now. And I think that's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. I don't think we have to be bound by what Magic was a decade ago or 30 years ago. Well, okay. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so we don't get to kill the squirrel, but... Alright. Shatter Skull Smashing. Kill the Bam Devil. Opponent can sack it. Grow the squirrel. Keep it alive. But still, totally worth it. Opponent pings us. What do you think of the mono blue spirit deck in Explorer and for Pioneer? Very strong budget deck if you like the playstyle. It's not... I don't personally enjoy the playstyle that much. The just like counter tempo playstyle, I find it annoying to play against. It's fun to play with on occasion, but I think if you're looking for a deck that is really cheap and also very competitive, as far as competitive budget decks or close to budget decks, I don't think you can do much better than Mono Blue Spirits. All right, another squirrel. Pings the Raggadragga. Opponent sacks. Pings the Raggadragga. Sacks. Pings the Raggadragga. Sacks the biggest squirrel. Ping. Okay, so opponent successfully killed our Raggadragga. Although we did just draw Timeless Witness. Well, first, we're just going to play Nyx Bloom Ancient. And your go, opponent. do your worst. Actually, don't. Opponent, land. Yangatha. Sacks the food. So we untap with a ton of mana. Can we do anything with it? Kills the elf. Well, okay. How much mana do we have? 6? Nine. So we have 18 mana. Well, stab one Timeless Witness. Get back Shatter Skull Smashing. Step 2, Shatter Skull Smashing. Wow, it's a big number. How much damage are we doing? Infinite? So 14, we can deal 12, 24. Oh, this is how much we're paying. So we're paying 12. All right. That should take care of the problems, I think. That should do it. Hey, Seth, coming in from a Artisan Explorer tournament, went 2-2. How's your deck doing tonight? Good. We've been jumping around a little bit. We played some Raggadragga. We've been playing some Minsc and Boo. So far, the Raggadragga deck has done better than I would have guessed, honestly. I thought it would be very janky, but it's kind of doing all right. I think we're out of luck for Lyra. I'm pretty sure that we are all out of mythics in the set. So unless we get a rare Lyra, which I guess isn't impossible, but unless we get a rare Lyra, I think we're out of luck, maybe. Well, Timeless Witness, opponent scoops it up. So the White Red Saga means there are 4 planeswalkers you can alt the... Wow! Can we just give people a salty scoop to Raggadragga? Is our deck too good? Opponent's playing like one of the top tier most disliked decks in the format, and they scooped Raggadragga. I mean, we weren't going to do anything else with the mana, so the Red-White Rita Saga means that there are 4 planeswalkers that can alt the turn after you play them, put them into play with their 3rd chapter. So Nissa, I know Nissa. Are there any of them that are actually strong? So Nissa, I know you can ultimate right away. What are the other ones? Ajani, Elspeth, Tamio. Wait, are we talking about standard? Or just in general? Hey, see you, Squircle. Thanks for hanging out. Have a wonderful night. Ajani, Elspeth, Tamio, Tezzeret. Oh. So they gotta. So you mean it? So in 2 turns, you put them into play, double activate. They live for a turn. I gotcha. Are there any? I mean, the double activations are nice, although it's a little sad that it's just 1 turn compared to like Oath of Teferi. You get a bunch of other abilities thrown in, but it's only 1 shot. I wonder if it'd be worth building around like removing counters. I feel like I'm always going to the remove counters from Saga's thing lately, but I wonder if there's a way to make it more consistent. Uh-oh, Faithless Looting. All right, so Phoenix action. I mean, Liliana ults. Oh, all right. Deathbellow Warcry, A. That's some scary cards in the graveyard. I'm making a cult shot in the lore. The Phyrexians will learn how to make artificial sparks that they can insert into powerful enough beings, and when they go to confront Phyrexians, Elishorn will be a planeswalker. Ooh. Elishorn Planeswalker would be sweet. That doesn't seem impossible to me. So what else should we be? I don't know the lore of Phyrexia that much. Should we be? What about Yawgmoth? Should we be expecting Yawgmoth? I know Yawg is like somehow connected to all this, right? Yawg is part of this whole story. Could Yawgmoth be in the next set or in the Phyrexia set? Or is Yawgmoth like dead or whatever now? Yawgmoth is dead. Okay, so Yawgmoth's with Venser. What characters should I be expecting from the Phyrexians outside of like Praetors? Like, I'm very familiar with new Phyrexia forward, so that stuff, like whatever, the Praetors and whatnot, I know that. But like, is there any old Phyrexian stuff that? Oh, we really needed lands here. Is there any old Phyrexian stuff? Koth. Okay, I do like Koth. Koth is a planeswalker I like quite a bit. Opponent gets in, hits us. Sethron. All right. Well, we do it on the land, but it is so slow. Raggadragga, but yeah, we missed lands for a smidge too long, I think. Raggadragga with nothing on the board's pretty depressing. And so what do you think about, like, how do you handle Molten Impact? Do you play it? Do you not play it? Everyone else plays it. This is one card where I feel like there's very few alchemy cards where I feel like we're at a significant disadvantage if we don't play them. But Molten Impact is one of the cards where I feel like I keep getting wrecked by this card. The fact that we're playing like Strangle or something in Soulseer to not be playing it probably is making our deck like a meaningful amount worse. But maybe that's just the price. Most of the alchemy cards is just like whatever. Do we want anything? Minotaurs. So obviously if they resolve Warcry, that's bad. Removal wise, most of the Minotaurs are big enough to survive. Yeah, I guess we just run it back. Yeah, Thundering Rebuke is kind of the similar version. Oh, I would take Phyrexian Venser. I would take any Venser. Completed Garrick. We gotta see more things be complete, right? Ooh. All right, well, we got a Mana Dork this time at least, which is good. And Soulseer is a decent removal spell. If you're unwilling to play alchemy cards, you should probably just play Explorer. But Raggadragga is not an Explorer. That's the downside. Well, Tapland hits you for 1 with the Mystic. Completed Chandra. So what does completed actually mean? Like, once something has been completed, does that mean that it's gone forever? Like, will we never see Weatherlight again? Johnny again? Tamio again? Are they just done? Or is this gonna be one of those things where it's like a sitcom where things happen, but then at the end of the episode, the next week everything's normal again? Is that where we're at? Well, okay. Primal Command, non-creature on top, search for a creature. We'll take a Ashaya. Go. Opponent. Probably reversible. Okay, so they're probably going to come back. So don't worry about it too much. Completed as a planeswalker that's been infused with the Phyrexian essence, and their self has been overridden. Okay, so that sounds reversible. If you put it that way, it sounds like they could be... It's kind of like a sickness, and they could be made well again or something. Treasures are annoying. Chandra. Okay. Also annoying. Makes some mana. And even more Fire Prophecies. I'll play a land. And let's just Ashaya. Get something on the battlefield. Opponent flips. They don't have enough mana for the Deathspell at Warcry. Cool to see Minotaurs, though. Yeah, this feels like a trap. Sure, we'll take it. It's a Shaya. Oh, come on. Shatters Skulls. Wow, the treasures. These treasures have been so good for our opponent. Oh, well. Primal Command. Same thing. Land on top. Get an Ashaya. I don't feel like we're really making any progress doing this just because of the Fable of the Mirror Breaker. The Fable of the Mirror Breaker is just giving our opponent so many treasures that none of this is really... Opponent's at 2 lands, but that's not really stopping them in any meaningful way. Opponent hits us to 12, plays a land, copies the thing, makes double treasures this time. I mean, didn't we just do Avengers Endgame? I've never seen Avengers Endgame, but everyone was saying that during War of the Spark. That wasn't that long ago. Opponent. Well, this has been kind of disastrous game. Does anyone else feel like the online stories made the Planeswalkers feel really weak? It was kind of disappointing. So I didn't actually read the stories. I'm curious what other people think about it, though. Morrowind. Well, unsure for alive, but play Ashaya. I kind of think we're not alive here, most likely. Opponent has all the mana in the world now. With 3 lands, we put 2 lands on the top of our opponent's deck, and it just has not mattered. Opponent copies. Goes to combat. Attacks. Makes a pile of treasures. Well, we'll finally block. Lose our Shy, I'm sure, or our life. Opponent. Den of the Bugbear. Alright. Cash is in the Chandra. Timeless Witness. So we're at 6. Oh, opponent has so much treasure, though. We need a Karn the Great creator or something. How do we get out of this? So Marwin's not good. This is all bad. Well, okay. Well, I mean, I guess this is what we got. Game 7, put another land on top. The one James! Welcome, Raiders. Hello, hello. We're, dying brutally to Mono Red Minotaurs, but we've put many lands on top of our opponent's deck on the way out. About it. I actually was reading. I'd never really read the lore of Brothers War stuff. I read a little bit of it last night because I was curious, and I didn't realize that there's a whole thing with like Teferi and Karn and Jaya. This was back like forever ago. That like in Karn that like Teferi was supposed to train Karn, but he was kind of like mean to him, so Jaya took over for Karn, and there was all this like drama. I don't really keep up on the Magic story to that level, so I didn't actually know all of that stuff, but it was interesting, but just because I never really kept up on it before. Well, all right, Morrowind. Pass the turn. Opponent's only got 2 cards in hand. That's not a huge number. About it. Season. Oh, okay. Season Pyromancer. We're gonna have 2 better cards in hand. Discards 2 Anger the Gods. All right. Yeah, I guess we should have killed the Reflections if they're doing this. About it. Gets and hits us. Now, play Zavala. Play Timeless Witness. Get back Elvish Mystic. Play Elvish Mystic. Pass the turn. Are we dead? Opponent plays a land. Ooh, what do they got? Season Pyromancer, big tokens. Okay. Sure. And, I mean, all opponents got is a bunch of 1/1s at the moment. Goes to combat. Big attack. Well, block and block. Down to 5. Oh my god, Nyx Bloom Ancient. Okay. Nyx Bloom Ancient. That's pretty good. Draw a card. Morrowind taps for 9. Timeless Witness. Oh, are we getting back in it? Timeless Witness. Yes. Primal Command. We're doing this some more. We're not done with this yet. Primal Command. Gain 7. Gain 7. Oh, opponent scoops it up. Oh, opponent. Nyx Bloom is such a cool card. Oh, Nyx Bloom is so sweet. Earlier asked me for a deck we'd start with. For me, it's probably this one. Need to find a new pet card. Ooh, the World Spell, eh? I'm very curious about the World Spell. I'm not sure how good the World Spell is. On one hand, it kind of looks like Tooth and Nail, and Tooth and Nail is like historically an incredibly strong card. On the other hand, it's a slow Tooth and Nail. So what are we doing with it in this deck? So look at your top 7, put up to 2 non-saga permanents. So we ramp into it. Try to put Sanctuary Wardens into play, Workshop Warchiefs. Okay. I mean, that's cool. Although really, like... So I guess we're getting our mana value out of it. It's 7 mana, so in our best case, we're probably getting, like, a Sanctuary Warden and a Workshop Warchief. That's 11 mana worth of spells. I wonder if Titan of Industry would be worth considering. Titan of Industry is one of my favorite big things to put into play. Is there a more fun card to untap with in Magic than Nyx Bloom Ancient? I feel like Nyx Bloom has to be very high in the list of most fun cards to untap with. Yeah, for some reason this Raggadragga deck's actually like kind of working. It doesn't feel like it should be, but it kind of is. Ooh. We got the Raggadragga, but we got no green man. I think we gotta mulligan it. Oh, it's so greedy. All right, sure, this is fine. We're good. We're good. We're gonna draw more lands, and our Land Where Elf's not gonna die. We'll be good. Try untapping what's... I can't even count that high. The amount of mana that you would make from... Oh, no, that's the worst draw. The amount of mana that you would make for each land tapping would be so over the top. Don't kill it. Oh, they killed it, and they killed it with that. Oh, all right. Well, GG. Well, yeah. I mean, we're already at 6. 6 is not a lot of cards. Going to 5, I don't know. 5 is not a good bet to be able to win anyway. Take a look at this Panharmonicon deck. I love playing it in Explore. Ooh, let me see, Zummy. I do enjoy playing Panharmonicon decks. Ooh, Yarion 8-pan. That looks like a solid Panharmonicon deck. It's got the Panharmonicons. Wait, what's the 8th Panharmonicon? Panharmonicon. Teleportation circle for blinking. That's kind of a Panharmonicon. That's close enough. That's close enough. Could also play a Yarok or two if you wanted to. If you wanted even 10 pans or more. That looks super fun. Got a lot of good EPTB stuff. Got some good blink stuff. Yeah. One card I always miss playing Panharmonicon in. Oh boy. Oh. 1 land, 2 mana dorks, every combo piece, and the Raggadragga. But we just lost keeping a 1-lander, so we're gonna mulligan. It feels bad, but we gotta do it. All right. Much less exciting, but we got some lands. The infamous life gain deck. Well, show us a Raggadragga, Magic Gods. Elvish Mystic, go. Hey, what's up, Loquan? Wait, you talk too much. I haven't noticed you talking too much. Well, let's stomp the Soul Warden. Play the Land of War, go. 7 Nyx Bloom means that each land taps for 2,187 mana. Yeah, that's kind of ridiculous. Not even kind of ridiculous. That is just straight up ridiculous. I mean, how do you, as long as you have some card draw, how do you not play your entire deck? So what are you hyped for, Rugger, when it comes to the new set? Is there anything you've been working on for the artisan world or otherwise? All right, Bone Crusher, draw a card with Zavala. Yes, please. Raggadragga. We need a Raggadragga. All right, Land Where Elves. Layer of the Hydra. Hitcha. I mean, next turn we can turn Timber Symbiosis to try to find Raggadragga or Nyx Bloom. Although, I mean, I guess that's good. And then we can Timeless Witness it back. Griffin Airy. Okay. Zavala. Well, all right. Let's spin it to win it. So this makes... Actually... We could 1, 2... Yeah, all right. Let's just... 4, 5, 6, 7. Symbiosis. Nyx Bloom Ancient. Draw a card. Timeless Witness. Oh, this is gonna get good. Not yet, but it's going to. All right, your go, opponent. Take 4. That's fine. That's fine. Just 4. Do you want to Joe? Welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Explorer, Omen of the Growth Spiral. Kicker would join Explorer. Is interesting to make multi-value pile work. Haven't been that impressed with this set though. Interesting. I thought that the uncommons were one of the strengths of this set. So it's interesting to hear someone who mostly plays with uncommons doing artisan stuff be a little lower on the set. Okay, so we get the old drop down. Wait, what's happening? All right, we'll do it that way then. Sure. Symbiote. We might need the red mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Turn Timber Symbiosis. Oh God. Nyx Plume Ancient. I don't know what we're doing with this though. Shatter Skull Smashing. X1. And then attack you for lethal. Wow, this was the boringest thing to do with infinite mana. We just beat him down. Hey, so I just want to say I love the Magic content. I look forward to the podcast every week, so we have something to listen to. Currently working on a Pioneer discard deck using Liliana. Yeah, Liliana is going to be sweet for Pioneer. Welcome, Falcon Blood. Good to have you. Thanks for listening to the podcast, and good luck with the Liliana deck. Yeah, I'm hyped to play some Liliana and Pioneer as well. Oh boy, it's gonna be so good. That's the format that I'm highest on Liliana for, honestly. I think that that's the format where Liliana can really shine. Oh, we're playing 61 cards. I see. Well, sure. 61 cards it is. What about Liliana Tribal and Pioneer? I think that could work. So we've never done Karn Tribal. So maybe we do Karn Tribal, even though the new Karn is like so sad. Liliana Tribal and Pioneer could be fun. Jaya Tribal. Do we have enough Jayas? Jaya. Actually, how many Jayas do we have now? How many real Jayas? All right, let's look. Are there enough? The Jaya Tribal's on the option. We have the new one. I guess technically. The new one, Jaya Ballard, and then uncommons are like kind of on the fence. Normally the rule is you gotta have 3. You gotta have 3 of the 3 different versions of the Planeswalker to do Planeswalker Tribal. That's our own self-enforced rule for Planeswalker Tribal. But I guess uncommons probably count. Heading out for the weekly Discord to get together with friends, kick some more butt with Mana Seth. Hey, see you, Mother Frogger. Have a wonderful time. Tell your friends I said hello. Whoever they may be. Ooh, opponents doing things. That's going to make it tough. It's easier when our opponent's not doing things. All right, let's leave a Bone Crusher. Go. Abundant. Goes beat down. Well. Yeah, Stomp is Soulborn, I guess. Down to 14. Well, Savala time. Go. Do creature versions of Planeswalkers count? That's not something we've ever done, is officially count creature versions. Although, with all the legends we get now, I think we're getting to the point where we could do some legendary tribal decks with some decks, which might actually be kind of interesting. And there is a creature Jaya, so maybe we throw Jaya creature in there, and it's just, rather than Planeswalker Jaya Tribal, it's like character Jaya Tribal. I mean, we're not going to get any more Jayas. Presumably. They literally posted, I don't know, you probably saw it, the obituary in the newspaper in Seattle. So it sounds like Jaya's actually done, which I guess, along with the story reasons, Jaya also, I mean, seems pretty old. I don't know how Planeswalkers age, but out of all the Planeswalkers we've had, Jaya's the one that looks the oldest, just like looking at her physical appearance. So I guess it kind of makes sense that would happen. Well, I think we Bone Crusher. Draw a card, opponent gains some life. Grows their dorks. Play a land. Ugh. Are we going to die because of this? Perhaps. Raggadragga. Opponent grows the dorks past the dirt. Hey, what's up, Stone Raids? How are you? Wait, she lived for 2,000 years? Do planeswalkers not die? Is that a thing that planeswalkers don't do? Do they just live forever? Ooh, okay. Opponent's kind of going off. Oh, interesting. Soul Seer is actually hilariously perfect here, though. So we get to Soul Seer, makes it lose indestructible, so we get rid of the Heliod. And then we play the land. Strangle a... Actually, do we have... Oh, if we can cast this, Zavala goes off. We gotta wait one more turn. So we basically gotta live another turn. Well, strangle the Soul Warden. Smack you a bunch. Untap. Timeless Witness. Get the Soul Seer. All right, Yorgo opponent. Oh, we got a... Do we have more Raiders? So many Raiders tonight. Welcome, Raiders. Hello, hello, hello. Opponent. Ooh, Resplendent Angel. That's going to be an issue. Down to 6. Oh, wait. They gain enough to make an angel? Oh. Yeah, that's a problem. So when you cast a spell, if at least 7 mana was spent to cast it, untapped target creature gets +7/+7 against trample until end of turn. All right. I don't know if we can get out of this, but turn Timber Symbiosis. Untap Zavala. Oh! So whiff to the max. Yeah, we're just dead now. None of these cards do anything. None of these cards do anything. Kill that. Opponent gains a ton of life. Anger of the Gods. Oh, we tried. We tried. Hit ya. The Zabided Grace is really saving our opponent. Not using the anger earlier came back to bite us. Yeah, we didn't really... Another Heliod. Yeah, we didn't really want to wrath our board, but maybe it was just necessary. I mean, really, the one thing I dislike about this deck is we don't really have that final piece to, like, draw through our deck. Maybe we need the Rishkar's Expertise or something. That might be the... Yeah, that's nothing. We might need something that draws us cards. Because you saw there, we could make, like, 20 mana that turn or something. If we had Rishkar's Expertise, like, we make so much mana, we don't have enough card draw. And I don't know exactly how to solve that. I don't know what the solution is. I want to be able to combo off and play through, like, the entire deck. I think that would be the most spectacular outcome, but we're, like, a little bit of card draw short. Oh, we got our Badger token. Badger token's looking pretty good. Why? Badger Tribal. Who would have thought? All right. we will play first. Well, we got the Raggadragga and some removal. That's good. Beast Whisper. Beast Whisper could work. It's super sweet to see. It's super sweet to see. Unsweet that we have so many tap lands, but super sweet to see like Badger and Worm support. Just these weird tribes getting supported. Yeah, Escape to the Wilds, I think, is the Eldraine spell you're thinking of. That could be a good option. Well, tap land, go. Opponent. Looking at our land and where helps. Jealously. Well, okay. In that case, yeah, let's Zavala first, I think. Zavala hit you for 1. Go. Next turn, Raggadragga. Draw cards, go attacking. I thought about adding in Ranger class. The only downside of Ranger class is Raggadragga triggers on us spending 7 mana to cast a spell. So it doesn't actually trigger Raggadragga, although maybe that doesn't matter because Henjit's just really strong. So even if it doesn't untap with Raggadragga, it's probably still fine. Well, look, after this game, we'll see. Maybe we can add a bit more like burst card draw. Well, okay. Raggadragga, draw a card. Grow our dorks. Raggadragga itself has felt pretty... Oh, it pumped, so he didn't get to draw. That's awkward. Okay. Well, not draw a card. We get to untap Zavala. I chased a badger down the cornfield once. Thought it was a raccoon, was dark. Did you see the video of a woman getting attacked by a rabid fox? The badger chasing made me think of that. I don't know if you saw that video. I think it was like yesterday or something. It was going around online. It's like not very far from. It's like upstate New York thing, not super far from where I live. So apparently there's rabid fox attacks happening. Good old upstate New York. Home of the rabid fox attack. Opponent. All right, gonna start gaining a lot of life. Yeah, Fox was going for it. It was going for it. The other one. Oh, then there's that other one of the family getting attacked by the bobcat. That one makes me laugh every time. Just the way the guy handles it. Like his wife gets attacked and he goes and grabs it. And he's just holding it up and walking around with it like, oh my God, it's a bobcat. Oh my God, it's a bobcat. I mean, I guess what else are you gonna do if a bobcat attacks you? I guess that's a natural response, but well, I guess we just smack them. Well, actually, we should probably kill stuff. Let's kill the Soul Warden. Kill the Soul Warden. Hit you for a bunch. Untap our stuff. Opponent blocks. Drops to 18. Well, playing the tap land past the turn. Hey, what's up, Munchkin Pa? How are you? Good to see you. Somehow this deck has been winning. We are undefeated. How many matches have we played yet? 3 with this deck? We have not lost with this deck. As far as an actual match loss, I don't believe, which is kind of surprising. Oh, that is what we wanted to draw. Yeah, let's do some symbiosis-ing. Symbiosis. Untap Zavala. Ashaya. Zavala. Augur. I don't understand what the... Why is this splitting up our mana like that? Okay. All green. We should get 11, right? 11 green mana. Timeless Witness. Get back Symbiosis. Symbiosis. Untap Zavala. Well, I guess Marwin's fine. This is where, like, if we had something that drew equal to our creature's power, it would be so absurd. But I guess even without that, like, we're kind of going off with Raggadragga. We're kind of going off with Raggadragga. Opponent. Wait, did we lose to Mono Red? Did we really? Maybe I blocked it out of my memory already. Okay, maybe we're what, 2-1 then? That was a sweet turd. The Symbiosis has been very good. Opponent. Johnny. Sure. I was thinking that our opponent's good game was actually them admitting defeat is how I took it. I actually didn't take it as them trying to troll. I took it as them being like, yeah, like, we're not going to beat this. Huh! Yeah, let's do that too. Next Bloom Ancient. Grow you. And then Lair of the Hydra. I don't know why it auto-tapped that way. Go to combat. Everything at your face. This has gotta do it, right? This has gotta do it. Everything gets in. Raggadragga triggers. And are we dead? Are we dead? Opponent blocks. This deck has worked way better than it looks like it should. That's for sure. And opponent. All right, what card draw can we add, chat? What card draw? What's the point of winning when you just draw cards? I want to go through the whole deck. It would be so fun. I don't know if it would be more competitive. I think it's Rishkar's expertise. That's what I'm leaning towards. I think that Rishkar's expertise is the card that we want. Great Hand is also fine. Return of the Wild Speaker could work. Draw cards, power. Melmena's Fall, but that requires sacking. Rishkar's expertise. Return of the Wild Speaker. Ooh, can we get Minsc and Boo into this deck again? Maybe we just mash this together with the Minsc and Boo deck, and then we got the best of both worlds. Although then it's got to be a Hamster, which is probably asking too much. Tishana. Draw cards equal to for each creature you control. All right, well, let's add Rishkar's expertise. Wait, is there a creature? If it was a creature, we could tutor it up with Primal Command. That would make it even better. But that card just might not exist on Arena. I think we want like Prime Speaker Zagana. That would be the one. That would be our Rishkar's expertise that we could tutor up. I think that would be worth splashing blue for, but Rishkar's expertise it'll be fine. You can make everything a Hamster. That's true. Yeah, but then we got to play 2 cards to draw cards. We'd have to have something to make stuff a Hamster, and then also Savala's felt really good. Maybe we want more. All right, so what do we cut here? We can probably, maybe we go like 3 Nyx Blooms, because we have ways to tutor up the creatures we want. 3 Timeless Witness. How many lands are we playing? 24. Like 1 Soul Seer. 3 Rishkar's expertise. Ugh. I don't like going down a Bone Crusher. We'll see. Momir's Vat. We have a general rule that we don't play the alchemy cards. Although the Momir's Vat would be perfect for the deck. It is a big X spell. It'd be pretty hilarious. And if there's any alchemy card that should get an exception, it's probably Momir, because we do love Momir around here. That's a dilemma that the philosophers would have to resolve. We love Momir, but we hate alchemy. Do we play Momir's Vat? Shamanic Revelation could be good too. Would Beast, yeah, I think Beast Whisper, the Great Henge, could be worth it. So how I'm looking at it is, like, we're kind of trying to combo off. I don't know if that's the right way to go about it, but we're kind of trying to combo off with the deck where we're going to do what we were doing there, but then Rishkar's expertise to draw like 20 cards, and then we just go through our entire deck and do whatever we want to, which should be pretty hilarious. I've been away from Magic pretty much since Ikoria. Are there any new historic eggs? I built a janky artifact egg deck with Tezzeret Master of the Bridge as a payoff. Ooh. I'm trying to remember. Were you here for Eldraine? Because I know there was like gold. What is it? Golden egg? I think it was golden egg. Although I don't know if that counts as a traditional egg. There have been other cheap. There have been other cheap mana rocks that could definitely work well with Tezzeret. Well, all right. Slow start is slow. In the face of the mono red aggro. Mono red might be our natural enemy for this one. Someone lost to Jim Davis in draft when they natural 20 the blue dragon, 20 decking themselves. that would be a win. If you die to decking yourselves, I think that you actually, technically you actually won. I know that the rules don't see it that way, but I mean, we're houses. Well, sometimes mono red wins the die roll and curves out with Robber of the Rich, and that's it. I want to say thanks for the spoiler vids. They rock. Keeping my fingers crossed for the new Elf Lord can make up for Fury in Modern. Oh. No, this is historic at the moment. Yeah, that is the issue. So good news is, wow, we got so many cards we can bring in. Good news is, wow, we're gonna cut all of our Rich cards expertises that we just brought in as well. Yeah, we gotta cut expensive stuff though. We're just not gonna. We'll keep in like one each of the expensive combo pieces. Yeah, Fury's a problem. I'm really hyped about the new Lords in Modern. Like, the Elf one is good. The Merfolk one is good. The Goblin one is good. They're all like super strong. I think those are some of the strongest Modern cards in the whole entire set. Can they compete with the absolute bustedness of Modern Horizons? That's another question, and I do not have the answer to that question. Fury's a problem. Fury is like legitimately an issue. So it might just be that elves are still gonna struggle with that. I do think. What do you think about this? What do you think about trying it in like Pioneer? I think in some ways I'm very interested in that because those are tribes that haven't really seen much success, but I feel like there's pieces to build Merfolks. There are pieces to build elves. I would argue that one of the reasons we haven't seen elves had a ton of success in Pioneer so far is they only have one lord. They have the clan caller. So they've been really lacking. They've been really lacking a secondary lord. So I think that maybe these lords existing make those tribes playable in Pioneer. But yeah, I agree in Modern, like, Fury's a problem, Solitude's a problem. A lord helps, but I don't know if it solves those problems. The Goblin one, I guess, kind of helps, because the Goblin one at least gives you cards if you get Furied. Opponent. Well, if we draw a land and can play this Thragtusk, what does this do? Reckless Ringleader, haste. Enters the battlefield, choose a creature card in your hand that perpetually gains haste. Okay. Well, I guess we play the tap land. Hit ya. Are we even gonna get to this Thragtusk? That's another question. Do we keep drawing lands? Opponent flips the Saga. They know something's coming with haste thanks to this card that does not exist. A Robber of the Rich, eh? Okay. Opponent goes combat. Well, stomp on you. Come on, deck. Untap land for this Thragtusk would be so big. Another Saga. Mystic. All right, we're doing it the hard way. We're doing it the hardest way. Hit ya, opponent. Down to 16. What did they give Perpetual Haste to? That's the real question. Opponent, Adepts. Land. Robber the Rich. Sure. Well, okay, kill that. If you kill our Mystic opponent, I swear. We need this Thragtusk opponent. We need this Thragtusk, please, opponent. Hits us. Down to 5. Ah! No! Oh! Oh, sweet mother. Okay. Well, pass the turn. Yeah, that's bad. That means we probably don't live to get to the Thragtusk. Opponent. Oh, so close. Opponent. It gets to attack the turn before it comes into play. Opponent. Burning Tree Emissary. And then Bone Crusher lets him draw a card because of Zavala doing some group hugging. Goes attacking. All right, down to 1. You gotta keep kidding me. Oh, wow. Hey, what's up, Evernero guy? Yeah, that's Zavala definitely backfired there. Wow, that was unfortunate. Oh, we had like 3 turns where we were about to play a Thragtusk and gain 5, and our opponent just kept drawing. Just kept drawing it. Hey, playing against Mono Red. I mean, I don't really mind Mono Red. Although, the way that played out was unfortunate. Definitely very unfortunate. It was mostly frustrating because we were just like so close. These are the hands that we keep and then get so unfortunate. But we're at 1 land, 1 keep. 1 land, 1 keep. This match isn't cow stats. Literally one of the best texts in the meta. Oh, the mono red alchemy stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't played enough historic recently to know what's actually good in the meta. Is the mono red with the random hasty stuff, is that actually like a legitimate deck? All right. Opponent's Yari-Yachting. We did not draw land. Oh, come on, Magic Gods. Come on, Magic Gods. Give us a land, please. We got all these mana dorks, but mana dorks die. I mean, we have 3 mana dorks in hand. And we're on the draw. Alright, that's a land. There we go. Elvish Mystic, Llanowar Elves. See? See? The Magic Gods wanted us to keep. And they rewarded us for our faith. I don't need mono red. At least the pain is really fast. Unlike Controller Prison, we're totally unhappy for many turns. That's true. I will say... Well, let's Raggadragga. Oh, Boon. It is nice that red puts you out of your misery quickly. That is... that is for sure. Binding. Okay. Okay. Well, play the land. I guess we play Zavala. Hit ya. But our opponent's probably just gonna find a land and then blink this binding and blow up Zavala, which is kind of the worst. I wonder if there could be a mono red deck in Standard. Will we ever have mono red in Standard again? As an actual, like, legit deck. Remember a few years ago that mono red was, like, the best deck for a bunch of Standards in a row. Alright, opponent doesn't have the land. They get the Yaria, and they get to draw a card. Oh, good old control decks. Opponent. Yeah, one thing I do dislike about mono red is it's so play draw dependent. I think that's probably a big reason why so many arena players hate it too. Is arena, a lot of people play best of one, and it really is a coin flip. If you play best of one, like, oh, did your opponent win the die roll and they're playing mono red, then their odds of winning are probably like 80% or something. I don't have actual hard numbers on that, but the numbers are like really, really high. If you're playing a mono red deck and you win the die roll, well, this isn't going well. Our plan of doing fun things has been outdone by companions. Finding the old gods. Blows up a mana dork. Well, okay. Bone Crusher Giant. I forgot one reason that I dislike Historic. Jeez. One reason I dislike Historic in specific is, for some reason that I don't understand, it is a format that Wizards allows all the companions in. It is the only format that Lurrus is still a card in. Oh, this deck is so annoying. Well, I don't even know how we want to fight this. I guess we can bring in Clothis, maybe? Strangles feel bad. Anything that just deals with creatures feels pretty bad. And I guess we just hope our stuff lives instead of immediately dying. That would be helpful. If our stuff actually stay in the battlefield for a turn. Remember when Embercleave was like the 5th best card in Eldraine and still a backbreaking card? Eldraine was busted. It's gonna be interesting to see how they manage to go back there next year. I don't know. If I was Wizards, I would not want to rush back into it. It's going to be very, very, very interesting. Because people have the expectation that it's going to be busted because it was literally one of the most broken sets in the history of the game last time. If you go back to it and it's not powerful, everyone's going to be disappointed. If you go back to it and it's powerful, then you risk breaking everything like you did the first time. So I don't know how Wizards balances that. I would have thought that it would be one of those sets that they just... What is our opponent's deck? I'm so confused. So now they're a creature deck, and we should have kept in all of our creature stuff? Yeah, I feel like this is not going to be a matchup where a deck's going to get to do anything cool. So I don't know how Wizards threads that needle. New swords. I think if we get new swords, Phyrexia is the most likely one. Binding the oh, this is like a super creature heavy deck. Okay. Oh yeah, we're in incredibly bad shape then if this is what our opponent's up to. So anything we do dies and draws our opponent's cards. So I guess that means we just don't do anything ever. Okay. Sure, go ahead. I feel like the payoffs of lots of strong cards is worth having some stuff being banned. Yeah, it's tough. It's so tough. It really depends on your perspective and your personal situation. It's definitely a tough sell to be like. The problem is Magic cards are ridiculously expensive, and Wizards doesn't like to refund for things. Although they do, in their defense, they do traditionally refund for literal bannings. When something is literally straight up banned, they have refunded for it in the past, which that is good. That's something. But that's the problem with all this stuff is Wizards essentially, like, if they just print a bunch of busted stuff, people are going out and spending their like hard-earned money to put together Magic decks, and then if those decks get banned, it's painful. Like it hurts. It hurts less on Arena, but it still does hurt, and it is already such a big issue on Arena because of like just how crappy the economy is. Jeez, yeah. There's not even. Sure, you did it, opponent. Well done. Yeah, we're just never gonna do anything cool. the goal is to do something cool before the stream ends, and doing that match for another 10 minutes is not going to help us achieve the goal of doing something cool before the stream ends. Power creep is tough to manage. I don't envy Wizards in that regard. Yeah, and I think it's doubly hard when you have the expectations. Like, that's the problem. If just because Eldraine has a reputation of being so strong, you gotta meet those expectations to some extent. But then you also got to keep in mind the power levels of formats and so forth. So, I mean, I hope that it's strong, but you can't do Okos. And I mean, the list of cards that need to be banned from Eldraine was pretty like over the top. Okos and adventure stuff. There was just a huge list of stuff that was literally too broken to play with. What do you think about Lily entering Explorer? I think that Liliana is going to be very good in Explorer and Pioneer. A little concerned that Rakdos is already like the best deck in Pioneer, and Liliana just slots right into it. Also seems to slot right into Greasefang. So a little concerned that it goes into many. It seems to go. We'll have to actually test the cards, obviously, but it seems to go into the decks that are already at the top of the format. So that's a bit concerning. But I think overall, I'm excited to have Liliana around, and I think that it's going to be fine. I think that Liliana will overall be a good but not problematic card. I'm surprised we never go back to Lorwyn. Lorwyn, I feel like, is going to be Kamigawa. Remember how there was just this like groundswell of I think the community made Wizards go back to Kamigawa, really. It was just like the community being like Kamigawa, and eventually Wizards was like, well, last time this was a flop, I'm a little nervous about this, but they just keep yelling Kamigawa at us, so I mean, I guess we gotta do it. I feel like that's gonna happen with Lorwyn. I feel like we're gonna have the almost the exact same experience where people are just gonna keep saying Lorwyn, and eventually Wizards is gonna give in and be like, okay guys, we'll just go back to Lorwyn, like stop bugging us. And I think the set will do really well because I feel like Lorwyn is that set, like very similar to Kamigawa, that some people really don't like it, but it has this like very dedicated fan base that is just gonna keep bringing it up until they eventually go back. Oh yeah, Kamigawa too. Like, I think Wizards was nervous about going back to it, but then they were hugely rewarded. Like, that's one of the best sets that they've made in a long time. Like, it was Kamigawa 2 exceeded everyone's expectations. I think it'll be the set of the year. Even considering that I love this new Dominaria set. Streets of New Capenna was fine. Like, it wasn't bad. It was a decent set. I'm really hyped for Brothers War, but I think when we look back, I would be shocked if Kamigawa is not considered by most people to be just like the set of this year. Well, okay, let's. I want a Raggadragga. What does this even do? Equipped creature gets +1/+1. Whenever it becomes attached to a creature, create a token that's a copy of it. Except it doesn't have this. Alright, so we're going to non-creature permanent on top, search for a creature. Get rid of the Nettle Cyst. Get Timeless Witness. Play the land, smack you with the Bone Crusher. Oh, I'm hyped for new Phyrexia too. Mirrodin sets have always had a special place in my heart. Those are the first cards I played with, were like original Mirrodin cards. So I've just always, everyone else, I remember like when I was a super casual player, so many people were talking about how Mirrodin was like just so broken and like all this stuff. But I always just, I loved it. I always just loved it. Okay. Raggadragga. This is kind of interesting. Raggadragga, untap land. So we get to go to combat. Attack with everything. Untap. Untap. Soulseer the Blainer. Get that out of here. Oh, the untap ability paying off. Opponent takes a beating. Is this improved? Oh, it's a 5/4 now. Okay, they did make that better. The new Psychogenic Probe deck was so much fun. One of the first videos I saw when I subscribed a few years ago was the original Psychogenic Probe, so it was super nostalgic. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I'm glad you liked it, Blades, Muffin. So give the people who love these planes the power to design their return to the planes. Good things will happen. Yeah, I think that's true. I got to talk to Daniel Holt a bit when at Richmond, and yeah, you can tell he definitely really loved Kamigawa and was just like a huge fan of the plane. So I think it definitely helps to have people who care about it on a personal level being involved for sure. Well, that's Timeless Witness. I guess we can just do the same thing. Go attacking, untap. Raggadragga is showing its ability at the moment. Get rid of the Smith, and opponents gives it up. Have you ever considered making videos of your favorite against the odds decks or moments? So McIntyre, there usually is at the end of the year. At least the last couple years, there's been kind of wrap-up videos that go over some of like the best moments of the year. But that's definitely something we could do more of if that's something you're interested in. It would be cool to go back to maybe some of the old ones. I'll never forgive Mirrodin for removing my beloved Browd. Oh yeah. That was a big change for sure. Although really that was like that's just when I was started playing. I started playing like original Ravnica and with Mirrodin cards. So for me, now I love the old border, but at the time I didn't really think much about how the Mirrodin artifact looks. I didn't realize that was like a big deal because I just started. So to me, it wasn't like a big controversial thing. Yeah, I guess we can go down the Morrowind. Raggadragga's not bad. Not bad. Pun compilations for shorts. Ooh, that could be good. What do you think if Wizards changes standard rotation to when a new set comes out, the oldest set rotates rather than multiple sets at one time? Hey, see ya, Temsy. Thanks for hanging out. See ya. Hopefully Tuesday. Tuesday is early access day, so hang out Tuesday to see some new standard action if you're around. So I like the idea of standard rotating more. I've been a fan. I would personally be okay with 2 rotations a year in standard. I know Wizards, I think, is trying to solve the problem with alchemy, which is a very different direction to go. But if people are worried about 2 rotations, then I could see why they decided to try going that direction. But my only concern would be, well, I guess it would be fine. One of the things I like about the current system is Wizards can plant things for the future. Like we just saw the Merfolk Lord, and the Merfolk Lord looks ridiculously bad. Like the Merfolk Lord, there's like 4 Merfolk in standard, but we know we're going back to Ixalan like a year from now, and there'll probably be a bunch of Merfolk. So I like some of those plant for the future things they can do. I don't know if that rotation schedule would hurt that, but I guess if it's the oldest set dropping off, it would probably be fine. The only thing I'll say, I know they tried the 2 rotation thing a while ago and people were up in arms about it, but I think there's 2 things. One is that was also when standard kind of was pretty bad. So I wonder how much of it was people up in arms about standard and how much of it was people up in arms about boy, Proctor's doing some work, and how much of it was about the change. The other thing is, I think the thing that has changed recently is Arena. When I tried that before, it was like Energy era, right? I think it was when Energy was in Standard. So I wonder if things would be different now that most of the game plays on Arena. Because I think part of the problem is... What's it going to be sweet? All right, draw 7. Play Primal Command. Wow, when this deck goes off, it actually does kind of go off. Get rid of that. Search for Timeless Witness. Land. And Mystic. And hit you for 9, go. We're doing this all with 4 lands, too. All with 4 lands. What are we discarding? I guess Zavala, since it's legendary. All right, about it. So yeah, that would be the only other change, because I think part of the negative feedback was it was more expensive. You had to buy cards more often. I wonder if Arena would help solve that, or if it could help solve that. I don't know if it will help solve it, but it could. Like, Wizards could give away a lot more cards that would reduce the impact financially of it switching more often, of Standard rotating more often. I don't know where I heard this, but people working in Arena are now supposedly aren't the people who originally coded it, so it is hindering things like more than 1v1 in other formats. So is that hindering things like more than 1v1 in other formats? So I do know that the original like lead designer, I might have the title wrong, but Chris Cox, right, was the original lead designer. And, or am I is that the wrong Chris? One of them, there was 2 Chris's. Anyway, yes, it is true that the original lead designer has moved on to other games and is no longer there. How much of a impact that has, that I really don't know. All right, our stuff's gonna make a tiny bit of mana, just a little off the top. Sure, that'll be fine. That'll be fine. We would like to not time out. Let's get rid of that. Search for a creature. It'll be Timeless Witness. Timeless Witness. Yes, please. Oh, poor opponent. Get back the Primal Command. Decline. Decline. Oh! Oh my god. Oh no. Did we just decline our Eternal Witness trying to decline this? Okay. Rishkar's Expertise. Let's see if we can do this properly. So Proctor on... You know what? We're just going to pay for them all. Sure. I don't even know. That one did nothing, but I don't want to take a chance. We really want this Rishkar's Expertise. Pay, Rishkar's Expertise. Draw a few cards. Put a Raggadragga into play. Decline. Abrade. Blow up your Inch Blade. Abrade. Kill your Adane. Strangle. Kill your Proctor. Bone Crusher. Stop your Dork. Mana Dork. Mana Dork. And go to combat before our opponent scoops. Hit him for a few million. Untap them all. They're all Mana Dorks. Raggadragga. Raggadragga win. We finally got our rich card expertise to pay off. Wow. We punted along the way. But it was still good enough. It was still good enough. Oh. Okay, so what did we learn about these decks today? What did we learn? Oh, thank goodness there's no mana burn. Well, I guess we would have killed our opponent anyway, but oh no, we would have died to mana burn, wouldn't we have? Yeah, if mana burn was still a rule, we would have been super dead. So what did we learn? We played some Hamster Gruul, and even with the arena tax of 1 mana, Minsc and Boo was super impressive. The Hamsters it's really good when you're putting the counters on it. I hadn't really considered because I hadn't played with it, but this is like, play this for 5 mana, you get it's actually kind of absurd because you get the planeswalker and then you get the 1/1 haste trample and you can immediately make it a 4/4 haste trample. So really Minsc and Boo is in paper where there's not a tax, 4 mana 4/4 trample haste that also gives you a planeswalker that has a bunch of extra upsides. So very impressive. Minsc and Boo even at 5 mana was very good. And then we switched over to some Raggadragging. Raggadragga, it's goofy. When it works, it's really hilarious. We also got run over by aggro, but we got to see just the deck do some really huge things where you're just casting so many spells, doing some ridiculously over-the-top things like we saw in that last game. So that is Raggadragga. We did not get to the dragon deck, but that's all right. The dragon deck was probably the roughest around the edges and needs some more testing, but maybe we'll get to it in the future. But the good news is, next stream on Tuesday, we get to check out new standard. It'll be early access day, so that's going on Tuesday. But I think that brings us to the end for tonight. So reminders on the way out the door. Replay YouTube, that's where you can find the old streams. Normal YouTube, more spoiler stuff, top 10 videos, gameplay content, a ton of stuff on the YouTube. One more reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom, and if you need some magical cards, you can get them at cardkingdom.com. You can get your Dominaria stuff, get in your pre-orders now. Even get a free goldfish sticker, just let them know you want one in your order notes. Most importantly, thank you to all of you. Y'all are amazing, awesome, spectacular. I love you all so much. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. Come back on Tuesday, early access day, new Dominaria United stuff. Until then, everyone, have a great one. Hey, what's up, Nico? Good to see you. Thanks for swinging by right at the end of the stream. Been playing Arena for 3 months. Mythic with Gruul. Awesome. Well, Nico, thank you for hanging out. I'll see you on Tuesday. Come back again. See you on Tuesday for more standard, everyone. New standard. I love y'all. Have a great weekend. Have a great night. And I will talk to you soon.